She can't retire yet.
She can retire when she wants to.
This
She's
is
old.
too.
She can retire in a couple of years.
It don't seem like it. Don't know
She's a boss. She's working for.
Something to relook at. Like, you don't want people in universities to start thinking Islam is bad. I don't want this.
No.
So yeah.
No. Situational awareness now, like what's going on in the world. I feel like everybody's like doesn't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right now, just especially in Iran, and then a little bit in the States.
I think in general, we really don't know the workings. We've gotten smart enough with pattern recognition, so we know the gist of how like systems work, political systems, etc., but we don't know the inside details anymore. As much as we have such easy access to so much information, so much visuals.
Maybe it's faster than before, but we don't.
Feels like it.
It feels like it, but it's true that we can't really put a hand on what is going on, because we were talking about this on the other room about AI and what was the name? General AI, right? Where it could know you better than it could know your patterns better than you know them. Right?
Oh, yeah.
It's learning about you, how you think, and so on and so forth, and how social media could even be seen as a form of modern sorcery in a sense, where it is.
Hey, I mean, this is Black. Put me in your queue. Thank you, Black.
Yeah, pumping massive emotions and just influencing people left and right, and it's crazy, man.
See, what you fail to understand is people think that AI is alive, or it is, people are it's not. It's the way in which we interact with it, the way we respond to it. It's synthetic. So it's superficial, and it's actually mimicking us, meaning that most of us are all superficial. And so there's nothing new under the sun. It's a new form of spam or clickbait. That's all it is.
Right. No, but it is a new form, and I agree with you 100%, Black. It is like a mirror, but it slightly exaggerates our form, so it does bring out the worst in us.
Yeah, and especially if there's if now government people, if the government is using it to understand better its people, it's interesting.
It's bringing out the worst in us. Have you ever heard these losers? Don't debate me, debate ChatGPT. These people can't have original thoughts anymore because they're relying on a superficial text bot, which is biased and politically leaning left. So the books are our only salvation, and if you think that only one book is your salvation, then you're a schmuck.
Yeah. It's Black. You're right. It's the erasure of our ability to really concentrate, and then have we defer our learning systems to being referential. Like, what do you think of this? Doesn't matter what I think. Just let me refer you over here. How the long-term effects of that, I don't know. Right. We may have less fixed opinions. I can imagine, like you're saying, Black, like I like history, right? So yeah, I will at the very least listen to long-form history textbooks. And because I have that, I'm not going to say large volume, deep amounts of understanding of history, but I have a little history in there. And so if someone comes along and tries to convince me of something that's complete bullshit, at least I have that sort of depth to draw from. But if all people are ever doing is referring you to very shallow articles that hardly touch on a subject, then I would have to assume that people will generally become more gullible, I guess. Would you say that's...
People already are gullible. 80% of the population is completely brainwashed.
Yeah, I was thinking this yesterday. Like, I think the relevancy of like philosophy as a subject, to know how to think critically and ask the right questions, like in our time now, it's much more important than, like, it's really important. I see the importance.
Yeah.
It's a question of priorities.
You can use AI in a better way.
It's a question of what's necessary and unnecessary. For example, I just came back from a political debate. One of the candidates says, vote for me. I'm the first trans gay black man, and I'll be the first in Congress. And I'm thinking, we need to study ethics, morals, and virtues. It's a very difficult topic to study. But if you think I should vote for you because you're a gay black trans man who wants to make history, that's not the basis of anyone voting for you. So we just live in this very superficial, highly politicized clickbait world where we're doing it to ourselves and to other people nonstop.
Right. I think the unsaid thing there is that this person's saying, okay, I'm a gay, trans, whatever, blah, 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 X, Y, and Z. Therefore, I possess a certain point of view. Well, that's inherently, racist in itself. If you say, okay, my appearance or the way I grew up absolutely confirms who I am as an adult, well, then you're a very simple person, right? Because there's plenty of people that grew up, for example, maybe as, they might have been grown up as, I don't know, fucking Jehovah's Witnesses, right? And by the time they're 30, they may have completely changed their mind and become new people. So what this person, this candidate, was saying, Black, is like, oh yeah, my appearance and where I grew up necessitates my identity within and without, and that's a very shallow look at the human spirit, I feel. All of us can take on a multiplicity of fucking identities, and I just to say, oh, there's an artist, she's Persian, so she must have these specific opinions about everything. Come on.
See, Narcissus hates Zionists, but she hates the regime. She's stuck in a conundrum, a paradox.
I just hate wrongdoing. I love right doing, and I denounce wrongdoing.
Yeah.
So I don't put identities or titles on them.
Yeah, neither do I. I'm on team pro humanity.
It's just not true.
I don't care.
You will pick a side in the end where eventually you will recognize that one of the sides is so clownish and so childish and immature, they can't be trusted to lead. And this is the thing about we the people. We the people are dangerous because of herd psychology. Unfortunately, herd psychology is exactly what you guys just repeated, which is, I don't like sides or giving opinions or voting. I just want people to do good. Well, there's fraud everywhere. Nick Shirley from YouTube has opened up the gates of hell with the fraud that's happening. In America, Medicare, Medicaid fraud is, $100 billion plus a year. That's a lot of money. And that's just one program. So fraud is an epidemic. We live in a clown world syndicate. People are getting away with murder. There is no capital punishment. We're all taxed to death working for cities and paying our property taxes, so 60% of it can go to Marxist teachers. We live in an effing clown world, and it wouldn't surprise me if Trump burns the whole fucking thing to the ground, because it deserves to be burned to the fucking ground.
You wouldn't a bit far extreme, but he did say things that make sense, kind of. Like, the idea would be to propose a healthy solution, right? To be to be a reformist, but towards peace, not kind of freaking collapse everything, the whole system down. And I know that's not what you said, but I'm just saying, like, if there was to approach, blood is not the way.
Yeah, and there is an escape from that, Black. If you hold universal values, you can escape yourself from that crap. If you say to yourself, I don't care who's doing the killing.
Yeah.
If it's my side that's doing the killing, and then I'm no longer on my side. If it's their side that's doing the killing, then they're wrong. If it's pretty simple. It's easy enough to be on Team Humanity, basically.
Exactly.
No way, Team Family.
We have to be willing. No, but what you have to be willing to do, and this is one of the hardest
Team
things
Humanity
to do.
is an illusion. There's only the family and your country, and all of us are competing against each other and the world. And your delusion is that the family is to me, the family is the ultimate symbol. Why do you think they call it the nuclear family? It's a powerful symbol. It's the atom.
Well, I get a lot of people. I get that a lot of people think that way. A lot of people
call
think
it a
that
nuclear
way.
family because it's small.
Yeah, a lot of people think that way.
That's your small mind thinking so.
But what I'm saying is you have to
I'm sure he doesn't believe this for real.
personal responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, it's personal responsibility at the personal, to the family, to the nation, to the world, meaning that we do live and die by borders, and we live in a global competition of communities, and these communities are willing to kill each other for supremacy, and it's an unfortunate fact. But if you don't live in reality, I'm just here to try to tell you, you can know the truth and have an accurate conversation that accurately diagnoses the environment, which is all these conversations are just disagreements over who's more accurate and who's less accurate. I think I'm pretty accurate, but I'm also a comedian. I'm also a philosopher, a magician, a politician, and I just hope everybody has a great new year. But don't waste your time on this app. Read a book. Come on here and read a book. Don't just run your mouth all day long.
Says the person on the app.
Says the person on the
This says the person on the app who reads effing books. I read a book with a meme.
Precisely. I would grant him that what he said is based, kind of. No, because there's the micro level for sure. No, he's realist. Like, there's the micro level and then society. So, no, I see what he's doing for sure. I agree.
Well, that is how
which is just nonsense.
That is how the world works. That is how the world works. However,
nonsense clown.
there is room for idealists, though, and I would also argue that the whole family and identity thing is very flux. Like,
Anyone
your
can be
ideas.
family. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Family
it's malleable.
where home is.
It's malleable.
It is
Even
malleable.
people within very, very small, tight groups of folks, they have their disagreements amongst one another. So.
You can live in a family and be a stranger and alien.
Now, understanding how the world works realistically doesn't mean that you cannot see that you cannot act on the social level, even if you're bounded to your family level. I don't know how to say this, but yeah, I think that's how it.
You don't have to follow everything your mom says. Like, if your mom's like, "Hey, you have to marry a Muslim girl no matter what," blah blah blah, you might feel like, "Oh yeah, I should," but hey, you know what? This girl over here, she's a nice lady and she's a good person and godly in her own way, and then your parents will be like, "Oh, maybe she's okay," and little by little, things change. But now there's always room for disagreement.
None of us, neither my siblings nor I, married within Persia. None of us married Persia.
I'm married to a Japanese, so.
Yeah, my sister's married to a German. My brother to a Spanish girl. I married an American man. So, none of us.
ultimately, each person has to do what's right for himself, and sometimes that coincides with what the family wants, and sometimes it doesn't. That's that's part of the struggle of life, right?
Yes.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Alhamdulillah. Thanks. What about you?
Alhamdulillah, I'm doing good. Man, what happened? What happened, man? What happened yesterday, man? Dude kept taking me out, man.
Oh yeah. Was I still in the room or I don't remember?
Yeah, when he was in the room, remember how I kept trying to talk and he kept taking me out for some reason? I'm like, man. I'm like, at least explain to me, bro, what I'm doing wrong, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Did I left
No,
or
that's
was I still
the
there?
thing. The app does that sometimes has, in Amin's defense. If you could come back, then he didn't kick you out, obviously.
no, he brought me, like, he took me to the audience.
Why
And
did you
then-
do that, Amin?
And then he brought me
I
back
don't
up.
remember.
No, it wasn't.
remember.
It wasn't him. I don't think it was. I don't know if it was him. But somebody brought me.
Bro, we had a
somebody took me down.
discussion. We had a discussion, me and you. Why would I do that?
No, it wasn't. It wasn't you. I'm saying you was in the room. I didn't say it was you that did it. I said like you was in the room.
I remember I slept. So I had my phone and I just slept. Was I talking or not?
Yeah, no, you was talking, but
Okay.
so
I don't remember.
so basically he took me down to the audience, and then
Who's he? What's his name?
you can't tell who takes you down to the audience.
No, I'm saying like I was a mod and who was with me?
It was like 4 months. You, some other guy. I think his name was D. He starts with a D, Dion or something. So,
Because I know there was a room open. I just slept. So yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but he took me down to the audience, and then I came back up, and as soon as I came back up, then everybody was talking. Then as soon as I started talking, he took me back down, and then I was like, man, at least tell me what I did. I was writing over them, like, man, at least tell me what I did wrong, because everybody was speaking at the time. So, and then after that, he just kicked me out the whole room, and then I couldn't come back in. I just didn't understand, like, what did I do wrong? That's why I was asking you. I thought you like, what did I do wrong? You know what I mean?
I wouldn't think about it. He might just have been having a bad day.
Yeah, I mean,
Have you read the 4 agreements, bro? It's not you. People are reacting to their own emotions.
Yeah.
yeah,
If
no,
he
I'm
did
just
something
saying, like,
wrong, it's his obligation to let you know what it is. Otherwise, I wouldn't worry about it.
yeah, no, I just didn't understand, like, you know what I mean? That's
You know, Haas, most people get kicked from a room because they're talking. But when you can start getting kicked from rooms without ever saying a word, now you know you're onto something.
no, I was saying something though.
It happens all the time. People make mistakes. People get angry. It's just whatever.
Yeah, I mean that's why one thing, like when I come on this app, like I don't take, like, me personally, I don't take anything
The only
personally.
person I remember that I dropped yesterday was Euro. Unfortunately.
How dare you?
We had a
Heroes is called on his own right.
When did you drop me? I don't remember you dropping me.
I think I did. No.
Well, maybe I don't remember.
No, you just lied to Euro. That's all.
Yeah,
I didn't lie. No. We had a back and forth, and then
we had a back and forth, and I left because you were abusing your mod privileges, and so I left.
So I just wanted to drop you down because you didn't let me finish my sentence, and then
I did. I
wanted to bring you back, and then you left.
You talked so many times without any interruption from me, and what happened was every time I spoke, I was getting interrupted by 3 or 4 people each and every time. So I finally said, look, if you guys don't want me to talk, I'll just leave. And that's what I did. And I'd already heard your point, like, probably 4 or 5 times. You just kept repeating it.
It was repetitive, but
yeah, exactly.
Anyways, man, I'm sorry if I hope we're on good terms.
It didn't affect me. That's why I left, because I didn't want to hear it again. And then I came back when I knew you were finished, because you wanted to let the room know you were right or whatever you were trying to do. No, I didn't have any issue.
No, I didn't actually. I didn't. It's just we were having some back and forth. What was the topic? 4 women, 1 man versus 1 man, 4 women.
No, that's I don't want to rehash this.
Yeah, I know, but that was the topic, if I remember. But
no, that wasn't the topic.
Yeah, it was.
Okay, whatever.
Anyways.
the point was So and Nargis both offered alternative explanations to me that said, hey, let's just drop it because there's a misunderstanding between the two of you. Let's do that.
A point of order, moderator. No need to bring in old drama. Let's have new business. I have a question regarding the title. What is the economic business philosophy of Yahweh or God? Meaning that I'm a libertarian. I think small governance is the optimal way to run a society. I think big government produces nothing but big problems, and small government produces nothing but small problems. The producers and the taxpayers and the workers, that's the natural environment. And an efficient government is the same thing as running an efficient business. So what's God's economic philosophy? Because I would say what I just told you with regards to libertarian values or economic or business philosophy, that's frugality and moderation, which is what God's all about. No waste. And unfortunately, we all know we have tremendous fraud and waste and abuse. But I'm just saying, who here thinks that God is also, practices frugality and moderation?
It's a really smart question.
Did he say economy?
No, because I understood what he's trying to, like what he said actually. I understand it, but
can you restate the question then? I mean, because I didn't understand.
Yeah. So he's saying, from what I understood, right? Correct me, Black, if I'm wrong. How, basically, in simple terms, how does God's impact or authority appears in the world, right? And what are the systems that represents that, right? So for example, a mosque would be a local a local quote unquote business of the enterprise of Islam, right? And let's say if you have the councils of Sunni Islam, that represents let's say the quarter that's higher in status, because that they discuss the laws and the fatwas and so on and so forth. So, and let's say on the top of the hierarchy you would have, which we don't have today, you would have a Khalifa, right? The caliph, or the king philosopher in a sense, the one who is elected by the Muslims. So was that the question you were asking? What's the
philosopher king is a Platonian concept. This is not a Sunni Islam concept. They'll kill you for it. Basically, what Black was saying was
no. So Nargis, I just want to say this, right? A philosopher king, right? In the sense that he knows how to ponder upon the truth of the world, and he deserves to be in power. Basically, that's the same thing. You could say it's a one-on-one between what Plato described and what Islam preached, right? So
Philosopher King is from the Republic, which is a book written by Plato, and I highly suggest you read it. The system is called democracy. Okay, then you read the Republic?
Yes, in college.
Okay, so the system he's introducing is nuocracy, whereas most traditional systems operate on theocracy. Going back to Black's question, if you don't mind, he's saying most systems that are economic exercise economically beneficial, exercise a no waste, frugal system, right? In which things are balanced in a sense. So this would be true to the human systems. So for for best productivity. So what is God's economic system? He's saying, what's the exchange there? What's the best system of God?
No, but you completely dismissed my answer, but you didn't try to understand what I meant. So I literally laid it out.
Yes, you're asking for
So
what
we don't have an economy per se. It's not literal. The economy is just the body of the believers. They need to abide by certain rules, and they need to connect themselves.
What did Black
Point of order, moderator. Narges, I don't give you permission to use my PTR. It's copyrighted. Please remove.
Stop it. This is not your PTR. I introduced the freaking princess. And plus, yours is not my PTR.
Wait, I want to hear if, like, Black, did you, so can you comment on what we...
Yeah, I know
like,
neither
what
of you are
they say?
native speakers, so my question was long-winded, but I'm just trying to say that a natural economy is efficient and frugal and practices moderation, frugality, basically the way that most people live their lives, which is very efficiently. It's not all based on surplus, extravagance, buying the latest SUV. It's just based on basic needs, going from point A to point B without all the luxury and waste. Because if everybody lived that way, there would be more of a unitarian redistribution. More people would have a certain standard of living or a class. And so I'm just saying, God, there's two ways to look at it, either extravagance or frugality. And to me, the philosophy that you read in sacred literature always tends towards frugality and not towards excess and waste and luxury. So, there's probably a center path, which is a mix of the two, and that's, the good life. Because life is not all just luxury and doing good deeds, because people have terrible tragedy in their lives, and they don't even. Anyways, I'm getting off a tangent. I'm just saying that if we were to look at the sacred text, whether it's Torah or Talmud or Kabbalah or Quran or whatever sacred textbook you want, you can ultimately derive an economic, fiscal, financial policy for governance.
Okay, and that, okay, so that was my issue. I thought you didn't say it in the literal sense. I thought you were saying it like as the currency would be like some metaphorical prayers, for example, for the business, like bringing on true believers. But we do have like the concept of the zakat, right? So yeah, like we think the resource they're there, and if anyone just like give charity, we would have no poor people, actually. Does that answer the question or not? Maybe I got it wrong again, but
No, I mean, I think the easiest way to answer the question would be to open up any good book and say, okay, this is an example of an economic philosophy or position, or basically common sense values on running a business. And unfortunately, because of fiat currency, we now have this unnatural environment where we can print up to fulfill our needs. It creates energy, meaning that the population will move for these dollars. The world will move for these dollars. And, you could look at Islamic banking practices and how that is an inversion of our current system. And so you could say that that's the more natural version. But I think everything is always a blend for optimal outcomes. I'm just saying that any good book based on spirituality and God will give you examples of how to run your economy, or frugality, moderation, all those things.
Yeah, that's good. That's a good question. I would have to do more research on this, but I could give you a guess.
I could ChatGPT it. I mean, it's
Islam is not inherently extreme. Does not promote extreme capitalism. Definitely not. And I would say also that Islam does not do the other extreme. So it would be somewhere like in the middle. Maybe, some socialist approach, I guess. I'm not sure. I don't know.
Well, I've been reading Rumi for a couple of years, and I was reading Rumi the other day, and it is so powerful and so true that it's mind-blowing. And I feel bad for atheists that they aren't in on the game and the fun. They're such sourpusses. And the fact that they are too lazy to open a book and be impressed with the way that people are using words to, suggest massive concepts. I just think
I think Rumi is the greatest writer ever.
A lot of atheists read like spiritual content. Like, I think Daniel Nero does, Euro does.
Well, I'm just saying Allah definitely is all meaning that everything is God and all reality is God, including you, the listener, the speaker, the cell phone, the transmission. It's all God. And I think with that understanding...
You're right, but that's not Islam, right?
You could,
It would
well,
be like-
it's in the word Allah, bro. It's all.
It is an esoteric spiritualism.
Islam doesn't say we're all God.
Not we are all God. All is God. That everything, the material world and the absence or the void in between all
I
objects.
understand what you're saying. and
That's
I don't
the
have a
one.
problem with what you're saying. It's just not Islam.
Are you sure? Look, talk to Amin. Ask this Muslim.
Well, you tell
Ask
the Muslims.
Narjes, this Muslim. Ask any Muslim.
Actually,
brother, yeah, we don't.
I would have to just let me say this right. I would have to agree with you there. So,
You're such an idiot. I mean,
let me just explain.
you know why? Because you are doing a Dawah Bro campaign.
It's not a Dawah campaign.
Because if you read Rumi's work, you'll understand what John is saying. John's basically saying that it exists within Islam, perhaps not the dogmatic, conservative, traditional Islam. In fact, this concept would exist in all esoteric systems and mysticism for any religion. So, I mean, shut your mouth.
Nargis,
Yeah, but it has to do
so
with
there is
all
a limit. There's a limit.
Because
Nobody,
everything is the
no-
Allah.
nobody
all,
can.
And Allah has nothing to do with the English word all.
No,
So
nobody
that's
can.
how he's understand.
No.
Yes,
He's
it's
that was like a poetic
It's
way to say it, I
linguistic.
guess. But Nargis, it will a Muslim, no matter what the rank, say or utter with his mouth, "I am Allah" or "An al-Haq," like al-Hallaq, for example. He will not say
That
this.
was a very true statement Halad said.
No.
You know, and he was killed. This is why you don't know the history of like Sufi or Ibn Arabi. The entailment of
Point of
Arabs-
order, moderator. Point of order. You have to look at this from the perspective of your neighbor. And the fact is, you're going to have conflict with your neighbor. But if you have the understanding of Allah, you're going to say all, and then psychologically and intelligently, there will be no conflict. This is a way to prevent conflict. It is the all concept. And people call me Concept Johnny because I'm always putting forth these big concepts. But this is what, to me, the books are saying in the messaging. If you don't get the big idea, that's a you problem.
You were right,
But it's
John.
still an all problem.
Hey, Johnny. Hey, Johnny boy. You got it.
He's a very good comedian.
He is, I know. But anyways, man.
Yeah, Mama, can you have this?
Yeah, but like from a metaphysical perspective, God would be the all-encompassing, right? So reality is within God, but Allah, He is Akbar. He is transcendent, greater. So you cannot be a pharaoh on earth. You cannot walk the earth and say, "I am God."
Reality is
But you'll have to understand what I mean, right? So nothing is independent from God, right? So God is all-encompassing, meaning He has control over all things.
And nothing is like God, right? God is other.
لَيْسَ كَمِثْلِهِ شَيْءٌ. Exactly.
I mean, this is like a failure to communicate or have language barrier differences. I'm talking about enlightenment or awakening to new concepts, not realities. It's just a word game, but you are such a nice guy. The truth and the big message is it's all personality development to be a nice person. Because nice people are the winners in life. Angry people, their lives are miserable.
God, actually, I agree with a lot of what you're saying. It's just when you start saying all stuff.
It is.
Okay. That's where you lose me.
You know what? My friend on the staff is a professor in linguistics in Toronto. And this is exactly how he would understand concepts through linguistics in any language. And I bet you anything that he's thought about this before. Yeah.
No, I like it as like if you're trying to say like this is an innovative approach or a different type of view, but if you're trying to seriously suggest that that's what Islam is about,
It is.
that's why the word they have
I don't think so.
Yeah, but if I was
But the Arabs came up with the law. They said, well, we know that English someday is going to have this word all. And so
Euro, you know, you don't probably know me, but I'm actually triracial and a tri-religionist. I'll try anything at least once,
too.
you know, as long as it's legal, of course.
I'm trisexual.
But I would just like 60 seconds of your time to read you some Rumi because then we can come to a consensus about what I'm saying.
Please do it, man. It is your time.
Okay, give me a number 1 through 100. I'll go to that page. You tell me your number, I mean. Or let's let Narges pick. Go ahead, Narges.
72.
Women first.
Okay, this is page 72.
Well, why can't we just all pick a number and then we read them all? Is it long?
Oh my god.
It's called Inshallah.
Oh.
It's short. It's a half a page. So take the deepest, because to me, when I read these sacred texts, it's a meditation. So take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. 10, not 11, 10, not 9. This is Inshallah by Rumi. Some people work and become wealthy. Others do the same and remain poor. Marriage fills one with energy. Another it drains. Don't trust ways, they change. A means flails about like a donkey's tail. Always add the gratitude clause, if God wills. Then proceed. You may be leading a donkey. No, a goat. No, who can tell? We sit in a dark pit and think we're home. We pass around delicacies. Poisoned bait. You think this is preachy double talk? Those who do not breathe the God-willing phrase live in a collective blindness. Rubbing their eyes in the dark, they ask, who's there? Hello?
So can you give me a link to this text?
All right.
Or if anyone has a link to the text, I'd be very interested in reading it.
Hey, I should just 500 poems submitted by Rumi, right? Right, Joe?
This one is The Soul of Rumi, a new collection of ecstatic poems. Coleman Barks is the translator.
That's right.
Harper, San Francisco. The best of Rumi's beautiful and challenging imagery.
He also has like YouTube reads Coleman Barks. What gift should I get you today? Should I get you the seed?
See, so this to me is really intelligent, but I would point out that all communication is hypnosis. And so this type of esoteric philosophy can be very intoxicating because it's such a finely polished mirror. But when you know that all communication is hypnosis or suggestion, to me, God deals with intelligence. And so this is the difference between your low IQ atheists on this app and individuals who read books. Books is like Jacob's ladder. The more books you read, the bigger your LLM. And all this AI stuff is essentially missing the point. And that's why I can say confidently that if you sell your data to an AI LLM company, it won't make a difference because the human brain does something that an AI can't do, meaning that our organic existence is connected to the earth. And if the truth of the earth is that all communication is hypnosis, the word earth or ear, the first 3 letters ear, our ears are much more important than our eyes. What you listen to is basically the same thing as what you read, but it's a program you're running through your brain. And when you get more comprehensions and more concepts, the chiller the dude you're going to be. And then you're going to look like Narges and I, and you're going to be a happy, ugly royal king. You know, because this whole thing is when you study this type of wisdom, it makes you into royalty like Narges and I. and a means picture. Like, this is the gentlemanly way of living life, not violently or crudely, but with intelligence and sophistication. Your tastes, your categories, like, you live a better lifestyle and you live it with confidence and joy and humility, and you want to spread the good news. That's what the gospel is. It's the good news. So go spell new words for your joy and success. And you can save yourself and save the world with that magic teaching. In my opinion, it's not a fact, it's my opinion.
Kitover was removed from the ballot. Alleged the candidate committed blasphemy. The board voted to forward the petitions to the Attorney General, State's Attorney.
Well, thank you for reading that, Daniel. As a matter of fact, I took more work today. I sent out 15 letters to 15 clerks in all the counties. I'm an official write-in candidate. There's been no charges, no indictment, no communication. It's just a little blurb on this fat, disgusting pig's website. And, I recorded liberal, Marxist, communist, socialist, populists today saying how they want to arrest Kristi Noem, Secretary Hegseth, Marco Rubio, Donald Trump. These people are complaining about what should be happening to them. So we live in an upside-down society, and I just want to quote Napoleon when he said, "A man who wants to save his nation breaks no law." And I didn't do any fraud. I paid people, circulators, to go out and get me signatures so I can run for Congress. I didn't break any laws. Maybe some of my circulators did, but I didn't.
Well, you haven't been indicted yet, so there's no allegations. So, Black, you said you recorded these people saying this stuff. Where were these people saying these things?
At a debate today. They're running for Congress in the 9th District.
Wait, a debate at this physical debate somewhere?
Yeah, I got the link. I mean, everybody films it. There's lots of people there filming it. It's basically content for libs of TikTok.
Was it an online debate, or was it someplace you were physically?
It was on Zoom, but it was a local online debate. Everybody's watching it. I put a link in the chat if you want to see it. But what I wanted to show you was not related to the politics, but related to philosophy. Well, anyways, the only way I can explain enlightenment very easily is with the first Zen poem ever written, which says, "Stop thinking, end your problems," or "The more you think, the more you speak, the further from the truth you're going to get." We are all individually the truth. And we definitely somehow came out of this planet. And our words, in my opinion, indicate that we're probably already in the Garden of Eden. But it's our perspective or relative thinking that makes it otherwise.
You said it is spot on.
Yeah, we're probably
I'm just saying, like, we're on the same page. The way you said it, it's spot on. Like, props.
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to read the Quran. I've read parts of it. I don't find it to be all that entertaining or mystical. But I do view it as a magical book. Because it has such... Huh?
How don't you see it that way?
Because true power is in the material world. And so you can use the Quran to manipulate people and become a teacher. Teachers are often... It's not... I'm not projecting here. I'm telling you, my opinion of political theory.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, because I know what you're discussing, but I'm just saying, like, the dualism is within the book because it forces you to have a faith on one perspective. But then what I'm saying is this, right? Like, if you entertain the whole context of what is this, a revelation coming, from God, warning us for certain things, and it's a call. It's a call to your higher self. It's a call to a real location. It's a call to a common destiny, which is the most perfect world. So, depending on the perspective you give it, it is powerful and it is filled with intense meaning.
Well, see, in the book club, we don't just roast people, we roast books. And I would just say that if you want to roast Rumi, well, now we're going to have a problem. But the Islamic library or the Muslim lexicon of books, to me, Rumi is the greatest. I mean, you could read so many other books, but Rumi is just so it's like a dinner. I go there's a place here called Kababi, and for $30 it is the most delicate feast you could ever have, and it just corresponds with the book. Hi Cora, how are you doing? Are you going to be getting angry and yelling at anybody tonight? Cora's an atheist.
I don't get angry and yell. Sometimes I project my voice because assholes like you make loud noises that no one can get a word in edgewise. I'm not angry.
Yeah, that makes sense. So where can you get this $30 Martin's meal? We lost him. Oh well.
Yeah, that would be John Kitover.
I see it's like rhinoceros in here. I see more and more people looking the same.
Well, I mean, two are Khomeini, and the other one is with the princess.
That is really
the Persian princess.
Hi Cora, I love you.
She was like the peak of beauty back in the day.
Listen, not only was she a symbol of beauty, 13 men committed suicide because she rejected their hand in marriage. Also, please look at her closely. That mustache. She made it a beauty symbol for years to come in the dynasty of the Khajars. She is indeed the most beautiful woman of the world. I wish I looked like her.
Yeah, she was the man.
I kind of want to go back to the Greek manga or something too. But yeah, that was good. She has that going on.
She has the unibrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so most Persian paint, I think it was popular prior to her. She made it popular, believe it or not, which is also, by the way, Frida Kahlo's Fake a Look.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I like the facial hair. There's actually there's women on YouTube that do historic beauty tutorials. They're great.
Yeah, those are so good. And makeups for those different eras. My kid and I used to do it. She used to paint it for me on my face during the pandemic. Used to watch the videos and be these personalities. She would say, "Mommy."
Point of order, moderator. We have a title in this room. Point of order, moderator. I mean, I'm wondering if you could explain to Cora, give her a summation of kind of what we've talked about in the past. No, I want to help her. I think she might like it. Maybe she'll be interested. She's in a room with the title there.
Content for your YouTube channel, so maybe just chill.
I'm sorry, I was just asking a question.
What's the question? And if you have a YouTube channel, tell me, I'll follow.
Yeah, just search John Kitover on YouTube. I got about 50 accounts with 100,000 videos. What I was trying to say is Cora here is an atheist, and I was just wondering if the God conversation we just had for an hour, if you fought, maybe it would be, beneficial to Cora, and she would find it enlightening.
I think, Nargis has a pretty good understanding that my sort of I don't even say atheist, I say I'm a post-theist most of the time, but my atheism is pretty much almost equivalent to a perennialist theist. Yeah.
She's well versed with the Easterns too.
You have a very unusual way that you refer to atheist Black. I don't know what's going on.
So I'm talking about the truth of the earth. I'm just saying, it's about...
Beautiful question. I don't know why we're
It's about consciousness. Well, I mean, listen, this I don't know if you know this yet, I mean, but technically Clubhouse is hell or a killing field. I'm just saying that enlightenment could be what Cora is looking for, and her angry negative attitude, in my opinion, is not reflective of an understanding. If she's so well versed in perennial, whatever that is, I think I know what it is.
Repeat after me.
She might be looking for enlightenment. You might be looking for enlightenment, right?
Maybe I'm already
Daniel might be looking for enlightenment. I might be looking for enlightenment. Marcus, I mean, to make it sound like this is a negative thing looking for enlightenment. It's very bizarre.
Maybe.
Well, I like philosophy. I like politics. I like communication. And I like Cora. I mean, I don't have any beef with her.
Why would you treat seeking enlightenment like it's a bad thing?
I'm being facetious. Listen, I'm sitting here drinking a beer mosa, smoking a little ganj. I got Rumi to my right. I don't want to be in this antagonistic, position. I'm just saying.
You started that off with Cora. You initiated. You projected that John Kitover. You didn't.
She's an.
Pardon me, but point of order, moderator.
I'm laying here in bed with about 20 inches of lacerations across my chest. Just trying to chill out here, John. Can you just let me have a nice chill evening?
I think it's besides the point, because if he's saying searching for enlightenment, right? Let's say he was an evil person, like he was not enlightened, but he says this. Okay, how does the way Cora would have to receive this? If she's already enlightened, she would still receive it good, and if she's not enlightened, well, maybe he said something based. So it's always a concept of interpretation, I guess.
He's saying your way of speaking from superiority, but he explained it already. He's drinking, he's getting high, whatever.
Well, let me put it.
I have good intentions.
I have good intentions.
He's having a good time.
Point of order, moderator.
Would only benefit from what he said.
Hold on a second. Point of order, moderator. Compassion and selfless kindness and love and forgiveness is important because, I really like to pick on people. But Cora has had, I believe she said she had surgery. So, Cora, if there's anything of high value that I could transmit via communication to you on this conference call app, it would be to take the deepest breath of the day. Hold that breath for 10, not 11, 10, not 9 seconds. Hold that breath. Yeah, everybody, hold. Now let it go, 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 go.
I already did my Sumo meditation earlier.
So I would love 60 seconds of your time to read you a poem. Anybody can pick a number. I will pick up my magic Rumi book.
Please don't ring that damn bell.
53.
Okay, 53 it is. And I will spare you my Zen bell, Cora, because I'm about to read you the ultimate Zen Rumi. You said 53? Okay, this
I
is...
was thinking 33 or 99, but yeah.
Okay, this is...
Somebody else gonna pick these numbers.
Okay, I won't hit the bell, so take the deepest breath of the day. This is called Spiritual Window Shoppers. These spiritual window shoppers who idly ask, how much is that? Oh, I'm just looking. They handle 100 items and put them down, shadows with no capital. One has spent his love and 2 eyes wet with weeping. But these walk into a shop, and their whole lives pass suddenly in that moment, in that shop. Where did you go? Nowhere. What did you have to eat? Nothing much. Even if you don't know what you want, buy something to be part of the general exchange. Start a huge, foolish project like Noah. It makes absolutely no difference what people think of you. The clear bead at the center changes everything. There are no edges to my loving now. You've heard it said, there's a window that opens from one mind to another. But if there's no wall, there's no need for fitting the window or the latch.
I don't know why I think like every time someone brings up something, like it's always interconnected to what we were talking about. So.
Well, you could say
Somebody did spoke about like, was it you? You said like, no one can have a one-to-one understanding of someone else. I don't know if you remember when you said this.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
It's kind of related to what you just read now. Anyway.
Not unless you have all of their memories and experiences, and then also eat them at some point. Yeah.
Well, nobody
wants somebody, you'll never fully understand them.
It's true, but you might have difficulty finding somebody that wants to eat you. What I'm saying is, comedy and laughter, it really enlightens you because it lightens up the mood. But with regards to what I just read, I think, I called Narja stupid the other day, and then I was like, oh, that was kind of mean. I could just say she's a fool. But what my point about that is that nobody is stupid. Because if you pick up Rumi and you can read me a chapter and you can have that enlightenment aha moment, that eureka, you can prove you're not stupid, but you are a fool. And so the more Rumi you read, the more you put it into your consciousness, and then you start applying it to things in your real world, that's when the magic happens. So there is something about intelligence, Rumi, and I'm telling you, these Persians over there aren't stupid. And the Chinese over there aren't stupid. They have these books. They read these books. They read Lao Tzu. They read Confucius. Those books are so intelligent. It's undeniable. Because when you compare it to our generalized conversations on this app, I would just rather listen to audiobooks all the time.
Why aren't you doing that?
You don't call me stupid.
No, he said you're not stupid. You're a fool.
The odd thing is that everybody carries all this knowledge intrinsically. You don't need the book. The book is just, a tool that maybe you encounter at some point. But if you just spend enough time, with your own thoughts, you'll come to the same conclusion.
Oh yeah. Okay. Point of order, moderator. Cora just said that. Point of order. Cora just said. Let me just repeat what Cora just. I've read these books. Point of order, moderator. Cora just said that we will all eventually write Confucius or Lao Tzu or Rumi, and let me tell you, that's one of the dumbest things I've ever heard.
That's not what she said.
Yeah, you might have called me stupid if you're calling Cora dumb.
No, he said a fool.
Well, he said that he had called you stupid, but that it was a mistake and he should have called you a fool.
He never called me stupid ever.
Well, what difference does it make? He makes up all kinds of stuff.
He's just making that shit up.
The thing is, I learned something from that is maybe we should stop calling him stupid and instead start calling him a fool.
Oh, that's what I think too.
No, he's he's very much a fool, but yeah. Okay, but not like Alejandro Jodorowsky taking a shit on the repo,
Ew.
Daniel, are you on board?
Daniel is on board, but he doesn't talk to John Kitover.
Well, he talks to him occasionally. I never have heard him.
Because of the fraud issue.
Yeah, only because of the fraud issue. But I do agree with John. I think it's a little unfair in the sense that at this point it's only an allegation. It was apparently referred to the Attorney General for investigation. So until I hear what the Attorney General decides to indict, I mean, it's...
Listen, I'm fully transparent. I can share with you their audit. I can share with you all their legal paperwork. I can show you everything they've ever communicated to me and everything I've ever communicated to them. And you'll just throw your hands up in the air and say, I don't know. This is insane. Like, it's so much information, and for them to bring charges and it would have to go to a jury, it would, to me, it would like,
Wait, what are we talking about here?
I'm running for Congress as a write-in candidate.
Somebody's calling you out on that bullshit? Okay.
Yeah.
More than calling him out, his petition.
That is about a fraud.
It was
Cora, look in the chat and read book. This is from
Okay, it'll be fun.
the
I
Board
mean,
of
like
Elections.
anybody that spent like 2 seconds looking into John, you know, he's a dude that lives in his mom's basement and does pull-ups. He's obviously some sort of somatic narcissist. He's smart, but you know, he's got some sort of barrier to actually like doing something with himself that's like
Smart is kind of the
truly productive, you know.
Wait,
So
point of order, moderator. I'd like to respond to what Cora said. Cora, I do love you because you gave me one of the funniest stories I've ever heard in my life. It wasn't tragic, it was pathetic, but it was so funny. And you are funny, and I loved the story, and I was glad I listened to it, and I cherish that memory. So thank you, Cora.
when you raise a point of order, you're supposed to usually state the point of order. But Cora, like I'm not sure about the word smart, and the second thing I guess I would say is that the issue at play that Daniel was pointing out was a petition that was apparently thrown out.
They rejected my package, and
yeah, you were trying to get
a lot of women have rejected my package in my life. Let me just say, I went out on a date with a girl once, and I'm sitting at this amazing restaurant.
I think John, he is an attractive man. He's a very attractive man. That women reject him despite the fact that he's so attractive says something.
It's all because of his package.
That does say something. And in any event, apparently, I mean, according to this...
All I'm trying to say is everyone falls in love at first sight. If you sit down at a nice dinner with a beautiful person, you'll fall in love. That's just life.
I've asked you twice, where is this $30 dinner that's so good?
Oh, yeah, there's a place near me called...
What was it called? Kebabia?
Oh, Kebabi in Chicago. It's probably the best restaurant in Chicago.
Is it better than the various pizza places there?
All the fancy New York, all the fancy steakhouses, lobster houses, all those places, like, there's nothing like Persian food. Nothing. I mean...
That's right, baby.
There's nothing like it. Indian food's probably number...
I like Persian women. In fact, when John Kitover speaks Farsi, oh my god, it's just like any normal Persian. Yeah, can you talk?
He speaks Farsi?
Do you
think maybe he is Farsi?
He's there. My family is from
Isfahan, and my mother make good fasanjun.
I used to date a girl named, anyways, the point is, watermelon, feta cheese, and almonds, the good life, natural food. I just want to...
I like cracked black pepper on my watermelon.
Do we still know her whereabouts?
No, these girls moved on, got married, lived in Beverly Hills.
They got out of Dodge.
No, Beverly Hills is paradise.
You said you were in Chicago.
It's like living on an island. The weather is perfect in the summer. It's just paradise. Beverly Hills is, fantastic.
Why didn't you live there then?
I did. I used to live right there.
Why didn't you go back?
I'm happy, being connected to 60 cell phones and 10 Clown House accounts and 50 YouTube accounts.
Why would you want to have 60 cell phones?
Have you seen his videos? Like, he's surrounded. It's like a freaking cell phone store. They're at every angle, that behind him, in front of him, to his side.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm also live streaming other rooms in my yoga studio.
Why?
Why not? I don't know. I mean, the cell phones do it. I just click a button. It's pretty easy to do.
I'll tell you why. Because you said to us earlier, why should we waste time on here when we can read a book? And now you're telling me that you spend an inordinate amount of time with 60 cell phones.
Yeah, but I'm reading books. I'm recording myself reading books.
But you could be reading more books instead of all this time.
You're live on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
I can see a room.
You can just Google me. My name is John Kitover, candidate congressman for the 16th District of Illinois. Right in candidacy.
Subscribe.
But you realize recording rooms is against terms of service.
Oh. Are you a lawyer, a judge, or a corporation? Who am I speaking with, Mr. Pizza Euro?
You want to be a politician, and you're
Mr. Pizza Euro. You're not even an American. You're a Canadian. You don't even know my laws in Illinois. You don't even know the laws in Illinois. Show me the law in Illinois. Show it to me. Show it to me. Show me the law in Illinois. Show me the law. Show me the law.
You willingly break the law and you don't care.
I said, show me the law. Don't tell me I'm breaking no law. Show me the law. Hello? Hello? Show me the law. Put it in the chat. Black is waiting for your response. I'm not some AI bot. Are you some type of, let me Google that for you? LGMTFY? Let me Google that for you. You got to say it right. Let me Google that for you. I rest my case. I lay my plane. Black is out.
Now you're much more funny than what I thought. Like I thought that was just a sketch or something. But so what are you doing with all these phones, man? Come on.
He just told you he's
I'm running for Congress. I'm competing. I'm running against other Congress people that are also live streaming themselves. Kat Abu, a free Palestine Marxist communist radical running in the 9th District, she live streams herself playing video games, picking her toes, and she's raised millions. So let me just tell you, people don't like me or they don't like my politics, but I don't care. Black is marching on to the victory line.
like the fact that she's not a criminal.
Awesome. That was detailed. I love that.
Correction, this stupid bitch is a criminal and she has been indicted by the federal government, so eat your fucking words, Euro. I'll get you the link in the chat.
She wasn't a criminal. I said, me.
Dumbass, she got arrested and she's been indicted by the federal government. So wait till I send you the link to correct what you just said. If we want to play Mr. Politics, I won't shut the fuck up until you are proven wrong and I'm proven correct. So let me get you the link and you can omit and regret what you just said. Mr. Green Bean Fascist Hero Euro Real World Zero. I like the guy that makes perfume more than you.
I could really care less who you like.
Black, could you speak like Jerome?
Jerome Powell from the Federal Reserve? Who, Jerome Powell?
Or just Jerome.
Oh, you want Jerome. Anyways, that was fun, Euro. I'm going to get you the link. Please hold. Here we go. It's already pulled up. You can read all about her. And we filmed her tonight.
Why would I want to read about her?
Well, it's in response to what you're saying. She's been federally indicted, which you just accused me of, which I'm not. Fucking, I know you say, oh, we got to give him a little credit. Listen, Euro, I don't have any respect for you, sir, Mr. Pizza Green Bean Fascist. I will sit here and just continue to talk with you as you talk with me. And together we will create a harmony. Pizza is best at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. You put a little basil, a little cheese and ricotta, and some margarita, and then you bake it for 20 to 30 minutes, and there you get a Euro, a pizza. That's the pizza. So we are in a room called Only Canceled Heretics May Change. God, Yahweh, Allah, Elohim, Allah? Question mark? We got two Allah. Oh, we got an Allah, not just an Allah. Didn't notice that. Trick. That's a good little trick you got there. Allah. Allah. Or all aha. See what I'm saying? So what I like to do to visualize these words is think you're like living in a cave and really try to visualize it. And you don't speak a full language system and you come up to somebody in a cave that you've never met before. What do you say to that person that has an axe and a fire going and they're cooking some chicken or something? Like what kind of noises do you make to that person? Because now we're not talking about language. We're talking about like sounds to to say, hey, I'm a safe person. I'm not here to eat your chicken and, take over your cave. Like, so what I'm saying is sounds are so primal, and we think too much about these words when we're really just making sounds with our bodies. For what purpose? So I'm saying there's nothing new under the sun, and everything that is has already been. So these sounds that we're making, I mean, basically we are all musicians, and your body is an instrument, and whoever can make the best sounds or be that good is generally who is the herd controller, you might say, or the green bean fascist like Euro or Amin. What's the point of even holding a green bean? Just make everybody a mod and see how things turn out. That's true faith. What you guys are doing is holding on. You have to let go and just give away all your power, and then you'll be amazed at the results. I'm a living proof. I'm a candidate congressman for the 16th district. No one has ever been accused of fraud and referred to Pam Bondi in the state of Illinois. If they attempt to do anything against me, they give me credibility, because you guys aren't even challenging my political positions. You guys are just saying he committed fraud. But you guys aren't talking about the 30,000 X posts I've made about everything. Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, a lot of political shit that you guys are overlooking here. So the point is, I committed no fraud. I didn't sign a fake signature. I hired circulators. Many of you people don't even know what a circulator is. But a circulator is an agent of my campaign who goes out and get me my signature so I can submit it to the Illinois State Board of Election. And those motherfucking circulators, when they went and had that motherfucking lunch on my dime that I pay for and people in Clown House pay for, let me tell you, some of them circulators, you know what they did when they ate that motherfucking sandwich? Had that motherfucking milkshake on my motherfucking dime and Clown House motherfucking dime. You know what they fucking did with that motherfucking petition? I ain't gotta tell you what those motherfuckers did with them petitions, because you and I know that at $1.50 a signature, some of those motherfuckers probably said, fuck it. I'm gonna sign motherfucking whatever. Here you go, John. Have a good life, motherfucker. Puh. And that's the way life works, motherfuckers. I'm black, and I'm running, and I'm white, and I'm black, white, and I'm running for the 16th district in the state of Illinois, campaigning for my constituents, my voters, my fellow motherfucking citizens. I'm a magician, I'm a politician, I'm a comedian, an artist, a filmmaker, a clubhouse debonair soiree creator, and I just gotta say Black White has landed his plane.
Well, why you just sound like a priest?
He's so good.
So are you recording this right now on your YouTube? Live?
Obviously.
Yeah, see, I clip myself. So when I go on these rants, I clip myself. You get 49 seconds to rant, and then you create clips, and it creates shorts on your account. And I've got 50,000 videos up. So Barth crashed out today. That was a great clip. Barth crashing out. People come on here, they want to...
Barth always crashes out. That's
So you have 50,000 videos, you have 100,000 views, so you're averaging 2 views per video.
Listen, you don't work in my data analytics department, and you're not looking at my 60 phones in the back-end data, Mr. Euro. Your projections are pointless. Black White has landed his plane. Google John Kitover and go to johnforcongress.com.
Repeating what you said.
You get paid for this shit?
Obviously not.
Why do you keep saying obviously? Like, how am I supposed to know that?
Who gets paid for this? Johnny get paid.
What, making videos?
I've raised money, but none of my YouTube accounts are monetized. It is so hard to get to those thresholds. But I'm not doing it for the money. I'm doing it because I'm running for Congress. And I got a question. This room deals with God. Let me ask you a question. Number one, was Jesus Christ murdered? And number two, what kind of books was Jesus reading? Because that guy definitely had a library going on. There's no way he did what he did. And I mean, the book he was reading was the Old Testament, right? He based all his formulas, all his experiments, all his communication off of, God the Father and this concept of. So you are in a spiritual room here. Generally, spiritual people are professionals. They teach or they are academic. They're not, superficial and childish. But sometimes some people are going to play the fool to try to make a point.
It's probably reading the Midrash. Whatever.
Interesting question.
Well, the odd thing is he never wrote anything down, so there you have it.
There was no Old Testament written down. It was all oral transmission, if any.
I know. Well, yeah, that's the other. I mean, that's why I said he was probably like reading the Midrash. When I say reading, just like going over commentary, but like, it's he didn't write anything down, so obviously he was like just kind of doing the rabbinic thing. There you go.
He was definitely not reading Sylvia Plath, which I'm reading right now, feeling super depressed. Fuck, her poems are so depressing.
Oh my god, the apartment that I'm renting in Spokane has a gas oven in it, and that's immediately.
Oh my god, don't get near it, please. Stay away from the gas oven, Sylvia. Oh, she's such a good writer. She's so deeply melancholic. She's so depressing. Like in a beautiful way.
Hey, did you guys know that ICE were trained by the IDF?
Okay.
ICE were trained by the devil.
And the devil was trained by the Zionists.
Yeah.
Hey, Haz, let's do a quick diagnostic here, Haz. What is 100 times 300?
What is 100 times 300?
Not just, I want to ask you something.
What's up, bro?
Last time you were
30,000?
Last time you were like not singing, but some sort of like recitation, and you had like a classical like harp music, and you were like talking about Danielle. I just want to know like what were you referencing there, because I really liked that like vibe.
Which one? I read a lot to Daniel.
It's like harp, and you're like Danielle, you're this and that. Danielle, you're this and that.
Oh, the poem.
Mikhail.
Could have been like Rumi, maybe. Or could have been Charles Bukowski.
She might have been reading Rabbi Menachem Schneerson or Rabbi Nachman. The followers of the Rebbe, they say Ribono Shel Olam is very useful to say.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Your, oh god damn it. It was a song. It's probably Leonard Cohen's. Daniel, do you remember?
Right now.
My oh my. Yeah, that's right. My oh my by Leonard Cohen.
Here, Mikhail, watch that video. That's a radical Marxist Democrat in a bikini. I mean, in a short skirt at today's 9th Congressional District debate. Sorry to interrupt.
No problem. When did you apologize for interrupting in every room?
Ribono Shel Olam, I apologize all the time. I say I'm sorry. What are you talking about? I make atonement.
Very nice man.
I haven't hit a bell yet once because Cora doesn't want to listen to a bell. She's got something against bells. What did a bell ever do to you, Cora?
Yeah, I mean, what was you saying?
My oh my by who?
My, oh, my, oh,
I
my.
got caught. I think, yeah.
My, oh, my, oh, my.
Yeah, no, I was just thinking, what's the most productive discussion we could have right now?
Well, you got to start it with a breathing exercise. You know, I mean, I've done a lot of Toastmasters, a lot of public speaking. I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm a politician. I'm a rhetorician. What I'm trying to say is you got to have an opening statement, which is an attention grabber. To me, the perfect attention grabber is always going to be, stand up, everybody. Take the deepest breath of the day. Hold it for 10 seconds. 10, not 11. 10, not 9. Hold, 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 hold. Now let it go, 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 go.
Yeah, so I got a question, right? Can you hear sound?
I was actually doing it. Shit, wow. I was close to pass out.
Do you hear me?
No, just kidding.
Can you hear sound in space?
Yeah, of course.
You can hear sound anywhere there's a medium for the sound waves to travel through.
Exactly. So in space, do you can hear sound?
Yeah, space isn't a complete vacuum, so yeah.
Yeah, but if you look it up, they'll tell you that you can't hear. You cannot hear anything in space.
That's what she
It's
just said. Can't hear.
unlikely that you would hear anything in space. Because
That's not what she said.
Not many things are making that kind of noise to travel through that medium. But you can hear things in space. It's just like sometimes you have to have listening devices. You know, we're constantly receiving transmissions. You know.
Yeah, but the human brain cannot. I mean, the human ear cannot hear anything in space.
Are there waves within the audible range? Probably not. Yes, you're correct.
Yeah. But then that's when I had I was basically asking.
But you know what? Maybe the tardigrades are doing something.
But wait, so it depends where you're located at, right? So if, for example, whatever explodes, right, just besides you, and you're in space, you're saying you will not hear it?
That's correct.
Yeah.
Spirit.
Wow, I'm impressed. If that's the case, I'm impressed.
Yeah, if you've ever watched some like really good science fiction films, they show that. They show you very close to explosion. You don't hear a thing.
Yep.
Shit.
That's because sound waves need a medium to propagate in.
Yep.
Unlike light waves.
Yeah, but I was
always thought space noise would be like something really scary, like some big vibration or.
No, it's like.
Exactly.
This is the cosmic microwave background. Is what it is.
So wait, so that's how space sounds. But we would hear that, no?
No, you wouldn't hear that inside the spacecraft or whatever you're in.
No, but like if you're outside, like imagine we just take a human and we drop him from a spaceship.
No, there's the atmospheres inside spacecraft, so there's medium for sound to travel through.
No, they said outside. So outside.
Oh,
Yeah, so outside.
It's just that the medium is so dispersed that you're playing that is Justin, you're playing the Sandy. Anyway, the medium is so dispersed that you're just not gonna pick up on it. So.
Yeah.
But if you had some sort of explosion that basically created like a gas cloud around it, you're gonna hear the sound within that gas cloud. Because then there's a medium for the sound waves to travel.
Point of order, moderator, Robert's rules. Point of order, moderator, point of order. I'd like to enact Robert's rules. Point of order, moderator. Point of order, moderator, point of order. I'd like to enact Robert's rules, if I may. Point of order, moderator, point of order, moderator. Point of order, moderator, point of order, moderator. I'd like to enact Robert's rules, if I may.
Space isn't a complete vacuum, no. Obviously, we're in it.
Point of order, moderator. I got a question for you, Cora. Cora, what content in your life have you enjoyed and regularly enjoyed?
Content? I don't know. What genre are we talking about?
I mean, I got books at home.
Are we talking about
I read
music? Are we
books,
talking
yeah.
about-
You got any books?
I don't limit myself to like one particular like type
Can
of media.
I answer that? Is it porn?
What?
Can confirm. Can confirm. Yes.
They got midget wrestling coming to town next week. Maybe I'll check it out, ladies.
So nobody could hear you screaming in space.
People come on here, they scream, nobody's listening to them.
Screaming in space.
Point of order, moderate. We are in a holy room here discussing the GOD. This may sound ridiculous, but I think the words, I don't know if you know what I think is it a gerund or an onomatopoeia, where the word sounds, or, the word is written and sounds like the way it's pronounced, or the pronunciation is indicative in the meaning of the word, like boom or wow, like how in the Batman cartoons they go zam, pop, when somebody get punched. So I'm just saying God is the same thing. Allah is the same thing. God is go, backwards do. That action is more like the GOD than these WORDSs. I'm just saying.
I'm sure we're about to say God and good. That's
Yeah, God is good. Yeah, same thing. And devil is evil.
The word God is derived from the Germanic good.
wow. I didn't know that.
It's brilliant. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, good Shabbos,
Like, in the Latin languages, it comes from like Proto-European Deus, which is like sky. So.
There's a Yiddish expression which says "Alish es Gosh," or "all is God," and that's the same thing that Rumi writes. That all of reality is the God, including the vacuum, the distance between objects. So that's the one God. And again, I think if there's debate, it's because we haven't yet all gone and had a soiree at the top of the Tower of the Babel, had a nice cocktail to the sunset together, and then we would say, "You're right, John. All is God." And I'd say, "Cheers, l'chaim, ribbono shalom." So you got to use your imagination.
I would be interested to know. So, for you, God is not a personal God, correct?
I know.
Why is that?
It's a concept of the monad. That's all.
That's right. We believe
So can you tell me why is that? What would be the reasoning?
Why would there be a sky right
Yeah.
I'm really honest. Like, I'm trying to understand the case.
Well, yeah, if you reduce it down to even like, the concept of God, like God to me is just like a very sort of like Catholic Protestant sort of like conceptualization of some sort of paternalistic being that, wills things and orders things. I don't view the monad as being anything like that at all whatsoever. I don't think it has a will. I don't think it has. I just think it is hisness.
Yeah.
But my question would be this then. So don't you think he is in charge of everything? Including informations that
First of all, there's like all of this, just that sentence to me, it contains so many things that are just counter to what I would consider he in charge of,
He is in charge.
Yeah, it's just like weird. It's just so weird. It's just, to me, that's just paternal, that's just like patriarchy projecting itself onto the meaning of the universe.
Yeah, it's a father. It's a man god.
Have you not ever spoken with the Virgin of Purity?
He's spoken to me.
Everyone say brethren of purity. I don't even know who these guys are.
Generally, spiritual
I know Matthew. I know Elias.
Yeah, Elias.
Is this a room? Like, there's a room.
They made a group like
You should be familiar with these concepts.
yeah.
Like the reason why I'm glad
CERN has a historical
Yeah, if
echo.
like really
Yes.
cool.
and
Okay, so that's what I'm confused. I'm like, where are you, like...
Yeah, so they adjusted the same name, bro. That's all.
Okay.
Because they were
I didn't know what it was people here on Clubhouse, anyways.
yeah. So I mean, the reason why I'm fine being called an atheist, and I just say I'm post-theist or whatever, you know, or anything like that, or if people ask me, I'll just say I'm an atheist because I think it's closer to like the way I process information and everything, is because of all the entailments, you know, saying that you have like any sort of theistic sort of like inkling of belief comes with, like, people make all of these assumptions that are just so far from my experience of like the world and the universe that it's just easier to just say I'm an atheist. Like,
so if it add to sorry Europe, but if I just add to Cora's, like, if an anthropomorphic kind of leaning, right, conservative, traditionalist, religious, would use the word theist for himself, or then I am an atheist. Like, if that is theism, then I'm not that.
Point of order, moderator. I got a question for Cora. Cora, why don't you just say you're a Zen practitioner?
You're always speaking, I interjected you.
Yeah. So, Cora, I was just going to tell you that Matthew is a Muslim who also calls himself an atheist because of his conception of the deity. So he shares that in common with you.
What is that?
yeah, it is common among other like sort of Abrahamic religions. There's a lot of like Jews that are atheists as well. That, you know, because they view the Jewish tradition as more of like a guideline for right living as far as like how one behaves within, you know, society and stuff like that.
Yeah, but it's rare amongst Muslims, wouldn't you say?
So
I could see that how you could take the Quran and like, you know, Islam and apply that same sort of.
A literalist read wouldn't do it, right? And this similarly, like a literalist biblical read wouldn't allow it. However, like if you build metaphysical models such as like Gnosticism, even Kabbalic Judaism, or esoteric Islam, or let me see, the Illuminist, the Brother of Purity of the old, or the rationalists of the old, the Mu'tazilites. There was a golden age where these folks were so entertained. In fact, metaphysical models were built very close to the Advaita Vedantic structure, which, by the way, all this originates from, which Rosa was talking about just a few minutes ago, like the 1880, which means it is, this is not, something like that. Like, it is neither this nor that, it just is. So, yeah.
So I just wanted to say this, right? So the reason why I'm asking this question is because, at least from the way that I see things, is that there's different subjects, different fields. We kind of, you know, attributed like spirituality, theology, philosophy, so on and so forth, morality. And if you're trying to understand the world around you, right, you could say, well, look, there's laws of physics, and you could say, well, this is part of science, and then, you know, the conclusion you came to say whatever is the uncaused cause is your definition of God. I would say, well, what about all the other subjects? Like, for example,
Politics, spirituality.
Yeah, so like information just in front of you, like things that are simple, like you live life, you know, you have a consciousness that explores things, right? So and those things have meaning, right? So why would
They only have meaning if I give them meaning. They're simply phenomena. You know, the meaning comes from like my conscious projection onto it.
Simple thinking. You just, you know, you wake up, you appear in a place, in your room, right? Everything
There's a
around
whole
us
like
has meaning.
causality to that, like from, you know, every freaking, you know, quantum fluctuation, the next quantum fluctuation, there's this vertical causality to it. I think people get stuck on linear causality, horizontal causality. They don't process things vertically. To me, the monad is the whole is that my fingers connected to my hand, connected to my arm, connected to my torso, connected to my legs, which are touching the ground, which are touching, which are gravitationally held to the earth by the rotation of the earth. That's all vertical causality right there. Right back to the Big Bang, like right back to the origins of space time. So it's that's where, and that happens and it's constantly changing, that vertical causality, like just in a constant
what you
flux.
are looking for has many names.
Within the universal quantum field.
Many names.
So and that's the monad right there. All of that. That entire like vertical column from moment to moment to moment, constantly changing.
What I was about to say is, I
So,
think
so you're saying
any statements about what anything is, it's you can't comprehend it, right? You can only say we don't know about it in any given moment. That's all.
So do you believe in like right or wrong?
Morality is subjective, and there is a right or wrong thing to do, right? Subjectively for you in any given moment based on the situation, yes. But there's no objective morality, no. Are there things that are highly common and have held fast over time through human society? Sure. And you're better off making assumptions that those things are going to continue to hold. Like it's wrong to do harm, just for fun.
So okay then. So where do you think morality comes from?
Wait. So
it doesn't come from anywhere. It's just emergent from culture, basically.
What I'm trying to say is this, right? So if we take personal God versus impersonal God, there's two implications, right? If you say like impersonal God, you're doing the mistake of looking at science.
You're making the mistake that it's personal in that it's not separate from you, and it's impersonal in that you aren't the entirety of it. That's all.
Spirituality. So all these.
It is all that. God is all.
All these. So wait a
think you
minute.
understand. God is love.
Nargis,
Yes.
I wanna understand her perspective. I know what's your perspective.
Yeah, we hold very similar grounds.
Got it. So, Cora, what I'm trying to say is this: if you say impersonal God, maybe these conclusions could have arose from your scientific understanding of the world only. But then what I'm saying is that you by me having even proposing the idea of having a personal God, I'm implying other subject to take account of, like morality, like spirituality, these concepts. Have you seen love or meaningful love in your life? That's a question.
Why would you think I haven't?
No, but I'm just asking you a question.
But that's the thing.
I'm
Why
sure
would
you have.
Why would you even need to question that?
So no, because okay, so maybe you say yes, maybe no, I don't know you. But okay, so if you have, right, then my question would be this. Since you have experienced meaningful love, in what way, shape, or form, if you're searching for the structure or the
meaning
ground,
comes from me.
let me just finish the point. Let me finish the point. The ground who grounds all grounds.
Hi.
In what understanding then would you say he is not all love? Like that's what I'm saying. And you can keep all the other narrative of saying, I found him, I understand him because I've seen the laws of physics, I've seen whatever information in that field, and that's the conclusion I had. Why can't you take one and the other and just perfectly match them?
See, I think you're making all of these sort of like assumptions or like the separations, like that I have a general understanding of the physical universe, right? Based on the models, I'm able to look at these models and take things away from them that most people can't grasp. Like I'm able to visualize like certain dimensionalities and things like that. It doesn't mean that I'm dismissing all of these other things. It's like, to me, that all of that stuff is equally profound. It's just more evidence of, right?
So
that
you
my
understand
mind can process these things, right? And understand them and the limits of them in explaining everything. That's part of it too. I know that there are limits. I don't think it's an absolute explanation. I just, again, it's like I can play, many universes all I like and think of the different ways that the laws of physics could arrange themselves and all the entailments of that. And to me, that's just profound. It's fun. It's interesting. It's the point of being alive. Any meaning that I ascribe to it is a meaning that I give it, and I'm giving it meaning because I'm able to, because I'm having the experiences and subject to the phenomena I'm subject to. That's all. And but like meaning beyond that, meaning in that my interpretation or my sort of unique experience of the universe somehow conveys some sort of universal or objective meaning to other people, or has, that to me is just, again, it's like Book of Ecclesiastes, sort of like, what is it? The word is like Kitover or whatever, like meaninglessness, like wind and smoke, that's just silly. That's silly to me. And even that I find, kind of profound and amusing. Like, you ask if I've ever experienced profound love. Yes, I profoundly love my pets. I profoundly love my friends and chosen family. I profoundly love trees I've sat with my back against for hours. It's just like, so all of this.
Let me ask you a question then.
You make these sort of hierarchies that are so unnecessary.
So I'm going to ask you a precise question then. Do you understand then that God is all love? That's question number one. And the last question I have is, you said you love your pets, you've seen also love from your pets, right? Okay, this is something a lot of humans see. Now, if we say now, do you think that the uncaused cause of all of us here and everything all around loves you? What would be your answer to that?
I think that I exist within the conditions by which love arises, and that is part of the monad. So, but that there's some sort of like personal sort of willed awareness, sort of like, there's Cora and I love her sort of thoughts going on within like the oneness, the wholeness of the universe. No. I don't think about my toenails and think about how much I love them, but they're great. They protect my toes, like whatever. It's like,
the reason why I said uncaused cause is because, I could have pointed out one cause of you, like a.
If she doesn't take causation,
right? So
what if there are philosophers who don't take causation? Like, what if she doesn't take causation at all? Did you ever ask her, like, if she believes in, if she sees this God as an uncaused cause?
That's a rational position. I think she, like someone who says he believes in personal God, like that.
I don't think there is an uncaused cause. Like, again, that's why I was talking about vertical causality. All of these things are instantaneously all things have already happened and will happen, and things that have happened are still happening, when you think about things in a certain way. And so again, that's like, when you say uncaused cause, my mind immediately goes to, horizontal causality. This is not the way we think about things. There's no first domino. There's no finger to push the first domino.
It's not. So you could understand it horizontally, but you can understand it in a much more deeper manner.
No, it's not deeper that way. It's not.
Who told you it's not deeper?
Because read Bakr Sadr's vertical,
because
he's got great like Islamic.
The one who is uncaused, right? And he's the cause of all within the chain. He's basically in control of all within the chain, yet he's not
And yet something, when I think of the way the universe is, something that would happen in the way we perceive time in a linear fashion in the future could actually have been the entanglement that actually set off the existence of something else in the far past that ended up resulting in me having this experience now. I don't see it that way. I just see this like chain of vertical causality from moment to moment, right? And whether something happens before or after in the horizontal chain to result in this particular vertical, alignment, that's generally the way I view it. There is no, it didn't have to happen. It didn't have to happen. There are things that are happening in the future are causing what's happening to me right now in what will be the past of that, right? And vice versa. So it's all entangled together.
And yet you are the being that you are today in T1, 2,
I am being,
T4,
so on and so forth. So yeah, okay.
Yeah. So what I'm saying to you is this: is actually it's a really deep concept, but when it comes to living it, now there's a different way to see it, right? So before us, there's an infinity causality change. Behind us, under us, above us, you could see it from an infinity of angles altogether, right? So, and then when I'm describing, there's a weird echo. Can you just?
Oh, sorry. It's for some reason my mic is being ultra sensitive lately. I don't know why.
Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, and to say God, right? So the uncaused cause, right? The reason why I framed it that way is because, I could have pointed a cause, like for example, the love of your mother towards you, right? And I could have pointed out to maybe two cause, right? Down a certain way, like down the birth way, right? Kind of, how can I say this? Down the road of that type of cause, right? So, but I didn't. I'm talking of the uncaused cause. That includes he's the cause of me, he's the cause of everyone in the room, he's the cause of everything in the whole universe.
Reality is the GA.
Simultaneously at all time, at all moments, past, present, future.
Between objects.
So
that's the
when you think of this, would you say that he loves you? That's the question I'm saying.
I would not add a pronoun. I would not add that level of specificity of where the love is going. Like to me, that's just odd.
He loves you in the sense. Let me give you an example. He loves you in the sense that you're present here, and that you're.
Maybe I'm just present here because something else is meant to happen that requires my presence. It doesn't mean anything in particular loves me or made me because it loves me. That's.
Would you say love is a union in some sort?
No.
Why not?
A union?
Yes, like two people, when they love each other, they become one flesh.
Well, I mean, if you want to talk about like eros, sure, but that's a different thing. That's a wholly human sort of like phenomena, right?
What if I say God loves you enough that He unified all your cells all together right now, and you have billions and zillions of information? You contain billions and zillions of information right now, and there's
I don't think there's that kind of intent behind it. I think, I exist because there is. That's all. And at some point, I won't exist. Hopefully, fingers crossed, unless there's some sort of like, quantum immortality where I just continue on in timeline, only in the timelines where I remain alive and conscious. Anyway, so, it's okay. Yeah.
So the reason I'm saying this is because maybe the one who you refer as God has attributes like
I don't refer to anything as God.
the
That's the
living.
point. I'm
No,
a post-theist.
let's entertain it. Let's entertain it. Like the living, the one who is, as you mentioned, right? The one who is.
But I didn't to mention. That's the thing.
Wishes
This
for
is
us.
the idea. Is like this is why it's like I'm a post-theist. The idea of talking about things under terms of that there is an entity, right? That we could call a god or Allah or anything like that is absurd to me.
But I know. But can you entertain it at least? So here's an entertainment.
I've been entertaining it my whole life. That's the thing. That's the thing. Is like everybody's like, oh, could you entertain? Maybe some people need to like just stop and maybe entertain the other way around.
Maybe you need to shave off the attributes a little bit.
No.
Maybe you need to soften the edges out a little bit, so that you come to the core of just isness instead of being
Yes. And maybe I'm a fool and I'm speaking out of
Maybe you're just reading a
nonsense.
script.
No, wallahi, I'm not. I'm speaking
Like,
of my heart.
You're coming
listen,
maybe
I'm a
with
fool.
all of these assumptions that
But at least
there
entertain
needs to be
that
some
maybe I
sort
could
of,
understand something. So
that I need to like conform to some sort of like thought or
I'm gonna tell you the
interpretation
entitlement.
of what is, right? It's that because there's some sort of salvific nature to it that I'm needing to be like put on the right path or whatever. I'm already there. I mean, that's the thing. It's like I'm good. I really am. I'm good. So I don't know. Have you ever stopped to think that when you have these people that are like utterly at peace and they have a good understanding, and I'm not angry about anything. I'm not whatever. I am able to just be in the world, right, and be content, right, and things really like ruffle me. I'm not attached to anything being a certain way. Have you ever stopped to consider that what you're doing right now is actually quite harmful?
How is it
You're trying
harmful?
to direct me away from this place of being very good and in tune and one with things.
So how is it harmful if actually that's the thing, right? If I had bad intention towards you, I would understand how that could be harmful.
I'm not saying you have bad intention. I'm just saying that you're not being very mindful of where, like observant of someone's demeanor, the way they interact with the world, where they're calm, where they're at peace, all these things that you say that through your God belief you're trying to attain. I'm already there, right? So it's like, what are you trying to accomplish? This is, I don't know what your intent, I don't think your intent is to do what what the ultimate thing is that would happen, but you're basically telling me I need to go backwards in my experiential thinking. Like, it's odd to me. It's odd to me.
I agree. So what I'm saying is this, right? I could be having a marathon right now. I could be really tired. I could be really on the point of collapse. But maybe I perceive something, right? Maybe there's a direction, right? Who knows? I could be a fool. I could say this direction is it's a dead end, and that would be me being a fool. But maybe even though I appear tired, maybe I am going somewhere, right? What I'm trying to say is this, right? There is a claim from believers. What is it? Is that there is paradise. There is a world that exists in the same way there's a world right now that exists. But it's in its highest resolution form, in a sense, right? It's like whatever is the perfect combination of any scenarios that you could think of, it is at its best position right now. So wouldn't you even entertain the idea of looking at this ideal world and this ideal self we could be in, and
everything already is ideal. That's the
this
thing.
location?
Everything is ideal. The only thing that makes it not ideal is the way that you are ascribing meaning to it, meaning to things that don't really have meaning, or necessity of things that aren't really necessary. Just like relax and fucking enjoy the ride.
I was just thinking. So, do you think like right or wrong? Like is just right or wrong? Is it just like an opinion?
Yeah, right and wrong is completely subjective.
Yeah, Marcus Aurelius said that life is opinion, universe is transformation.
So then, if it's that case, then murder. Then murder. So what's wrong about murder?
Well, for me, murder, if it's me getting murdered, that's obviously not optimal. It's pretty wrong, right? I'm sure that the antisocial, like psychopathic say, like it's a serial killer or whatever, they think it's really super right. That's what I mean by it being subjective. Right? They're self-actualizing through their murderous activity. Who am I to say that that's wrong for them, right? No, it's right for them. It's wrong for me. It's subjective.
No, I'm just saying, like in a general perspective. Now you get murdered, but just murder in general.
I have a question.
Unjustified killing is generally antisocial. Yes, it doesn't benefit a lot of people.
So I want to ask you a question. So Cora, if you would have to write down in one sentence, like you have a pen, and you would have to write down in one sentence the conclusion of where you would tend to in the hereafter, what would it be?
To me, there is no hereafter. Everything's eternal. I'm in eternity right now, and it's my experience will either continue or not continue. And if it doesn't continue, I won't be aware of it not continuing.
So basically, just one moment. Basically, do you concede to say that in the story you would say it's black, it's void?
How would I experience black or void if I'm having no experience?
But
so there's no purpose?
Do you say it's non-existent, or do you say no, there is something?
I'm saying that for me, right, as some sort of pinpoint of conscious experience, right? When I cease to have experience, I cannot describe what happens after that because I am not having an experience.
Wait, Cora, I just put some cashews in my mouth and they're delicious. What's more real?
Cashews are delicious, but walnuts are my favorite.
What's more real? What's more real, the cashews in my mouth dissolving into my stomach, or your opinion?
Neither. Nothing's real locally, yeah.
It just is. You're experiencing it, that's all.
So you believe that life has no purpose?
It has purpose if you choose to give it purpose.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if you're just living and dying...
There's no intrinsic purpose. You have no intrinsic identity. There's no intrinsic reason for your consciousness existing, but you have it, so do it,
And what is the only certainty that life has? What is the only thing you can be very certain about in life?
Death.
Things are uncertain. Yes, death. So the purpose of life is perhaps to just gracefully die.
No, stupid. The certainty of life is infinity, eternity now.
So that in that perspective,
so let me ask you a question.
In that perspective, we're just like animals.
According to one timeline where you're still conscious of all that.
According to all the signs, that's a good question. That's a really good question. According to all the signs we witness, if life around us would have to speak to us a theme, what happens after life? Whenever you see death, what do you see?
What happens after life is non-life.
There's birth.
Not necessarily.
So this is we'll have to be honest with the narrative. And honesty is what we witness right now. So whenever we go to sleep,
I wouldn't say there's birth. I would say that there's
Rebirth.
transformation.
So far, if I have to say what's my experience, whenever I went to sleep, I woke up. So if we take like a day, one day.
But did you ever have a wet dream, sir?
Let me just say this. If we take one day as a microcosm of an entire life, right? And we take one sleep as a microcosm of death, I have witnessed a cycle of sleep and arousal. That's my experience.
Well,
I don't think that's quite the same. Like, I was just unconscious for
Well,
5 hours, like literally unconscious. I lacked consciousness. The last thing I remember is a woman leaning over me and putting something in my IV, and the next thing I remember is a nurse coming to me and saying, "Hey, are you ready to set up?" And literally 5 hours of my quote life passed with zero consciousness. Zero. Right? I was
just got out of the hospital?
Yeah, I just had surgery.
Oh, well, I hope everything goes well.
And I'm 1 week post-op at this point. But anyway, so it's like, was I dead for 5 hours? I mean, from like the sort of like way that people interpret what living is, sure. I was having zero experience for 5 hours. Now, was my physical body experiencing things? Sure. But I completely lacked consciousness for 5 hours.
What I'm trying to say is this, right? And yet here you are, right? So
yeah, but I could have not woken up, and there might be infinite numbers of universes where I didn't wake up. So, but I wouldn't be able to describe those because in those universes I'm still unconscious, right? I'm only conscious in here where I'm talking to you right now.
What I'm saying is that I think that if we take the signs around us, like whatever, circle of seasons, whether it's any dualism or whether it's our own experience of waking up and sleeping, waking up and sleeping, waking up and sleeping, I think it would be even rational to say that after the final sleep, there will be a final rising. Now,
or your body could just decompose.
But isn't this
what I'm saying is this,
for everything that you observe though? Isn't that like this analogous? Like you'll see leaves falling down in the fall, right? And you can pick up one of those leaves, you can put it in a book, right? So that it never decomposes and gets back into the earth. Yet in spring, new leaves will form, and that fall they'll fall again, right? So, like if you're talking about birth as a continuation of consciousness or something like beyond like the parts that make up us, like the atoms, I wouldn't be able to make that observation or derive that conclusion, right? It would seem that like life continues, but without like the identity of what I perceive to be me in like another body.
Right, and to me, it's necessarily dualistic. It's like this idea that your consciousness is that separate from your body, that it could be like, reinserted into a completely different, like, organic form and have the same, awareness or the same thread pulling through it. To me, that's just odd. Like everything about my consciousness is rooted in the fact that I have the DNA I have the experiences I have from the point at which my neurology was able to start recording, memory and experience. Right, is the limits to what identity I can start assembling for myself. And even that identity, isn't intrinsic to me. Like a million things could have happened differently, and the I that I am right now would be completely different. So it's You know, it's. I mean, I just. This is not how I know that you really want to like find these patterns, and I see this, and it gives you comfort and everything. But for me, I've let go of all of that, and believe me, on this side of that, it's actually quite a lot more peaceful and comforting.
Okay, interesting. So the only question was, just to make sure it was said correctly, was what make us sure that after the final sleep, there will not be a final rising? The reason why I love this question is because if we're being honest with all the signs, or if we would have to be interpreters, because that's what a human is, we interpret reality around us. And if we have to pay attention to anything in life, whether it's the plants, whether it's the seasons, we see this appearing again and again. We sleep, we wake up. We sleep, we wake up. We sleep, we wake up. So what tells you that after the final sleep, there will not be a final rising? For me, it's the logical continuity. It's the logical conclusion based on signs we observe. And tell me, even from a scientific perspective, where did you got that information is completely lost, or that energy is completely lost?
I didn't say anything of the sort.
I understand, but now I'm just.
Your understanding of
what I'm saying to you is this: maybe
as if it comes together in some sort of like
to see as a
conscious formation, and won't let go of that consciousness. That's not the way energy behaves.
I'm just saying, maybe there's a synthesis of all of that, right? You could literally have like you spoke of vertical thinking. I think that's vertical thinking.
Yeah, vertical causality. That's what I said.
Yeah, you vertically think of causality in a different way, right? Vertical thinking as a whole. But the reason is this, because, I think that we're all information, compact information, and, the people of the past, let me just finish this one. Let me just finish this one. The people of the past understood that as whatever, being a word of God. We trust that, this word of God is improved till eternity, just till eternity. Would you want to?
I thought it was perfect.
Would you want to collapse that information?
I thought it was perfect. What's to improve? I mean, if it's perfect, how can you improve on perfect?
What I'm saying is more like, it was made good, right? I agree. It was made good. But then you have free will, and, you live life, and then your body decays, right? Because of whatever actions you perform. But what I'm saying is, in the end, do you grant that God is forgiving and He's going to forgive you? That's the question.
I don't need to be forgiven for anything. I just am.
What's the look, the way that I look at it, right, from what you're describing, there's a God, and He's a good God, and so He grants you something that there's no way for you to deserve, right? And that is life, right? And He gives you a time upon this earth, right? And then you're like, wow, God is good, God is great, right? But then there's like something that comes along and says, well, obviously God is going to give me like eternity. Well, right? It's like if you give somebody who is like begging for money $5, the person can think you're a great person, can think that you're a compassionate person. Let's say you give them $100, right? You're a great compassionate person. You can appreciate it. You can value that. But then like, it doesn't make sense for him to say, this person's great, he's really nice. I'm pretty sure he's going to give me a house and a car, and my financial problems are going to be done, right?
So wait, no interruption, guys.
My bad, sorry.
No problem.
That actually is quite amazing, Rivas. Thank you. I enjoyed that.
Yes.
Yeah, so I see the point you're saying. Would you want to just like lean or conclude? Just
Yeah, that was it, right? Like God has given us this great gift, right? Which is life. We're able to experience happiness because we know what sadness is. We get to see His creation and appreciate it, see like mysteries, right? And that's a gift from God. That's nothing that you did that would make they would deserve you being created, right? But then, like, why, for God to continue to be good in this perfect being, must He then grant you an eternal existence like Him? Like,
because here's at least here's the understanding. We cannot change our past actions. Let me just finish this one. We cannot change our past actions. The only thing you could change is who you are in the now. Once you acknowledge that, you take, let's say, a covenant that you will not be parasitic in the creation or in His painting. You would wish to do your best to act as your highest purpose, your highest role. See it as like an alignment from now, from the present till the future, till eternity. That's something you wish, but you're not perfect. Now, do you see the interaction here? It's like if we would have to be to project our image in the future based on the actions we have done in the past, it's only dead. But only if He forgives you, then it takes a turn. It takes a turn where? Towards paradise. Your higher self and your perfected self. That's the perspective.
I like to respond to that. Hello, can you hear me? Is my mic working properly?
Yes, go ahead.
Alright, well, that has to do with original sin, correct? What you were talking about. That has to do with along the lines of original sin, and if original sin is even relevant, you know what I mean? Because we're not all born sinners. I wasn't born a sinner when I was born from my mother. It seems like kind of like a cult recruiting tactic where you diagnose me and say that something is wrong with me inherently. You know what I mean? And only the cult can fix the issue. You get what I mean? So I mean, divine command and original sin. It's only relevant if you allow it.
Only 1 year ago?
That's how I see it.
Pogorski.
So I'm not sure to really understand the point. Maybe it's like, because yeah, it could be related to the original sin. But actually, my initial position is that we have a fitra. We have an initial disposition to incline with the will of God. So I do believe that we were made good and perfect, and based on actions, based on intentions, based on whatsoever, we kind of like sink back towards a collapse. You see what I'm trying to say?
I think really, like what you said, we are really born sinners.
No, I think that I think if we go to the real core, right, the soul itself.
Only 1 year ago?
From an Islamic stance, we would say we have the fitra, the disposition to to do good, right? A baby, you know, it's basically something intrinsic for him to love people around him or that are good with him, I guess. So to love and to be good and to be smart, like to tend towards these qualities, right?
To add on to that, but you know, the Quran it says, "Inna nafsa la'amaratun bisu." Your soul inclines you to do wrong.
Yeah. So obviously, I get the point, right? So I'm just saying the source, the light, the fitra is beautiful.
It means like to a word, right? Like what's good or what's good.
But then, if you're talking about somewhere along the line, right, of the apple and the fruit, yeah, that's an event. That's basically we all ate the apple, and that's why we're here, right? So this perspective, yeah, I could grant it.
How can we prove that we are born sinners?
Because the human, right? Basically, humans are curious creatures. You know what I mean? So you're gonna do something that's wrong eventually. You know what I mean?
Wouldn't that be considered learning how to sin rather than being inherently born with sin? Because as far as
I don't mean like I didn't say you was born with sin. I said we was born sinners.
Yeah, right. So in order to prove the notion of being a born sinner, you would have to show an infant that is capable of sinning.
Exactly. I'm not talking about an infant, though. I'm not talking about an infant.
That is a born sinner.
You have to show what sin is to begin with.
No, I'm not talking about an infant, though. What I mean was you was born a sinner.
If we're talking about being born a sinner, we're looking at somebody who just got here, who was just born.
No, that's not what you said. You sinner. You know what a sinner means?
Yeah, somebody that's capable of sinning. Sin would be.
Okay, so you was born able to. Okay, so you trying to say you was born not able to sin your whole life?
Yeah, I think we was born holy and we learned how to sin. As we got older, we started learning how to, do sinful things. We started.
Yeah. I mean, in that term, yeah. Yeah. In that term, if you're saying it like that.
So the whole idea of Adam and Eve scrumped the apple in a garden, Eden. None of that is relevant to the truth.
No. So just okay. So the idea is just to say that I think we basically agree, right? The Adam and Eve story is not to point your finger at one man, and to say, oh look, he did this, because of that we're here. No, it's more of God created us from a single soul, right? And from it, he created its mate. So now it's our story, it's our narrative. Right? So everyone who will, in a sense, walk the earth will fall in temptation in some way, shape, or form, or will sin, will do something contradictory. Will do something contradictory to what he knows at one point.
Perfectly said.
Exactly. So I just want to say that we're kind of like in the forgiveness process, right? Adam's story is sealed. Jesus' story is sealed. Anybody's stories who from the past is already sealed. Now it's our turn. We must do the best. We must perfect the earth. Right, be fruitful on the earth, and you should, whatever. What are the other things to do? Like, be. How can I say this? Like, reflect correctly the light of God, the attributes of God, right, on the earth. That's the whole understanding, basically. So, to be good, to not do evil things, to not corrupt the earth, the perfection, the art of God, and eventually, what is known to the narrative is every soul will taste death. But then, after everything we have perceived, will we just say that's the end? Obviously not. there is somewhere out there the perfect combination, and you wish to be there. That's the ultimate destination, basically, right? So that's understood as paradise, and apparently we came from there.
This was one
According
way.
to the narrative, it's a going back, actually.
So wouldn't that make us, holy? Originally, we would be holy beings.
We're capable of being holy, but that don't just make us holy.
The source, yeah. So the source
is holy. Then we are originally holy entities. We learn how to sin. We learn to develop the wrong taste for life. You know what I mean? But
I'm gonna tell you this. It's interesting the way you say it, because you say learn to, right? Which is interesting because according to the whole narrative of Adam and Eve, when they ate the apple, they learn evil, in a sense, because it was in the realm of the heavens, or in this perfect story, or in this perfect narrative, there's no such thing as going against the will of God. It's not even a concept of being a rebellious spirit, right?
But they didn't learn; they was deceived.
Yeah. But what I'm saying is this, right? That in a sense, the ascension to this location, or this narrative, or this story, implies to purify the eternal, to remove from the heart this knowledge of evil. You need to forget evil, basically. I'm not saying this from a naive sense. I'm not trying to be naive. I'm just saying, look, evil should be removed from the soul, basically. And it's the only
Where are you
way.
getting all this from? What are you sourcing this to?
So actually, that's the tazkiyat an-nafs. That's the whole concept. That's how we understand it, right? So it's to the verse from the Quran is قَدْ أَفْلَحَ مَنْ تَزَكَّى وَذَكَرَ اسْمَ رَبِّهِ فَصَلَّى. Right? So they have succeeded, the ones who have purified themselves and have remembered the name of their Lord and prayed. Right?
What does this have to do with Adam and Eve?
Because that's our story again.
So they were not real people?
No, they were real people. This is for us Muslim. We say the Quran is a revelation of the future, or it's a revelation from God, right? So we take this information seriously.
So they physically existed?
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Where? Do we have any historical record of Adam, Eve? Her name is not even taken in the Quran.
So I'm just gonna say one thing, right? When it comes to the Adam story, what's beautiful about it is that at least it's an inclusive.
I'll ask you a question.
So if you want proof, what type of proof are you looking for?
Do we have any historical record of these two people?
Probably not.
And his wife, whoever that is.
Yes.
Her name is not there in the Quran.
Probably
Yes,
not.
Unless they're taken it from the Bible.
Let me just one moment. Probably not. But you would have to put your trust.
It's a faith claim, right?
For
So
this
you have to
narrative.
say that this person existed.
No, you would have to put your trust. I would say that's my perspective, right? The
Is it a faith claim? Do you have faith
let
that
me
this
tell you.
person existed?
The way he did what he did.
I have faith and I would say I'm sure to a knowledge. It's a knowledge for me. For me, when I read the Quran, it's knowledge. It's only knowledge.
Okay, that's not my question.
So let me
Is
tell
this
you.
a faith claim? No, you tell me. I'm asking you a question.
No, it's a knowledge claim.
Where can you point at where this particular physical?
I know for a fact that the last and final prophet of God existed.
So have we lost this historical place, or wherever these the physical Adam and his wife, because there's no name given to her, were on earth, is there any particular place that they landed from the heavens? They flew down or dropped.
Well, that's the thing, right? Maybe I'm gonna say this like as a maybe you drop. Listen.
You're being absurd.
No.
And I don't think you should use words like maybe.
Let me say this. Maybe you dropped from the stars. I don't know. Okay, what I'm saying is this: is that the concept of paradise is that it is from the seventh heaven, which is a universe greater than the lowest heaven. And according to the Quran, we're living right now in the lowest heaven, whatever that means. So
no, what does that mean?
So Adam.
Either you're saying you don't know what the lowest heaven means. Listen, you're making a claim of certainty. This is a knowledge claim. So you have to tell me very certainly about all of these people.
I am certain.
Otherwise, you're a liar.
No. I'm certain with the information I'm transmitting to you. Why? Because I am certain that the Quran for me is a revelation from God. There is no doubt about it in my heart and understanding. So I'm addressing your questions based on what I know. Otherwise, I would be lying to you.
Yeah, you are lying because I'm asking for a certain place where you can point and tell me where this physical
I'm just saying
Adam and his wife.
I'm trying my best to bring you information. What is the information? Seventh heaven. I don't know exactly how to get there, but that's the answer. If you wanna investigate this on your own, you're a researcher, whatever.
When you say seventh heaven, what do you mean by seventh heaven?
I'm answering you based on the Quran. And for me, the Quran is what?
You said seventh heaven is the way to get to that. I'm not unfollowing what you're saying. If you don't mind, like just explaining some more about the seventh heaven.
So actually, we say that the seventh heaven is the highest universe. It's the one that is higher than the one we live in right now. That's how Islam understand. Like we call it Islamic cosmology, right? So that's how we understand the world. And above the arsh, above the throne, we see, it's just God is above the arsh, right? So he's above all. So that's the answer. Like if you want to know where is paradise, it's in an elevated place. And we say all the prophets, all the righteous, eventually, that's where they meet. That's the place.
Like others in the room are trying to say is that, is there any proof for like Adam, being that he did exist at one time and he's a historical figure? Is there any like historical proof for his existence?
I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's in his name, Adam, a dame. He was a transgender and they removed Eve and then he was no longer trans. It's a dame. He was the first dame.
So what I'm saying to you is this: the only trace I have that I would say I would be fully confident of is the last prophet, Muhammad. For me, that's enough.
What does the word Muhammad mean?
It means the one who. It means the one who is the most praised, or you could say the one who praises the most.
So you're saying like metaphors, allegories, legends cannot hold reality. That's what you're saying.
No, I asked, what is the name?
You're saying metaphors don't hold reality. That's what
all the metaphors you grasp from the book, all the bone structure.
Why is Adam not a metaphor?
I'm saying you could be saying one slice of the apple is a metaphor and the other slice is a reality.
Narges, it's prima causa of the nut sack, okay? Adam has the first two testicles ever. That seed is what has created this conversation. And I'm just saying, Muhammad, the word moham, it's got something to do with the hamstring. I'm sure of it. We don't eat the hamstring, but we gotta stretch the hamstring, and we gotta breathe. Why do you think Muslims do their own chiropractic exercise when they go down and they pray? That's a yoga pose. So I'm just saying this whole thing is interconnected with a biological philosophy as well.
So when I say like as blue as a river, right? I'm still like imparting some reality there. A metaphor in meaning can hold, like you like to say, deeper meanings or realities, right? Even though you're not literally reading it, even if like Adam is not a physical or a particular individual, the metaphor like human being in its place would be problematic. I mean, that is addressing
The reason
thing
why,
itself, right?
yeah, so the reason is this, is just that I'm saying you could have, like, it depends on, because we
Because there
didn't,
is no the Adam
we did
in the
not,
Quran. It says Adam. We told Adam the names, and then this with Adam, we told the angels to bow down to Adam. So
yeah, so
it's not
someone,
even making a reference in a particular sense or in a like a proper
I think
noun.
the etymology means like mankind, I think, I'm not sure, someone could correct me, but
Yeah, but you're still like not granting me that, right? Exactly, the human species, the human being,
yeah,
or human itself, right? Like in Farsi, we use the word Adam for human being.
yeah, we say for, in Arabic, we say Bani Adam, like,
Right,
we could call anyone Bani Adam, like son
yeah,
of Adam, yeah.
right. It's an Adam. It's like an insan. So so like a human being. So but yet you're insisting on a particular physical Adam, right? Historical Adam that lived in, because you think being literalist means it is real.
No, it's not just, it's that there is, so here's the thing, right? I know what you're talking about. Behind the stories that are presented in the Quran, there's a lot of patterns, like a lot of analogies, a lot of understandings you could grasp from, like just trying to understand what the story actually says. But then there is also the apparent story. I have been proven so many times that the Quran is also as much as, it could be as much literal as analogical, right? So
How'd you prove that?
again, so for example, the story of the people of the cave, right? The whole story is basically for us to understand that beyond this life, time, like when it, it's the whole concept of sleeping, right? So beyond this life,
these people physically exist. Are they?
Beyond this
I
life,
see them.
like, what do you mean? Beyond this life, they're sleeping.
No. I didn't. So just let me say it, right? So okay, what the story tell us basically is that in the same way that they slept for 300 years and they woke up.
Wait. They slept. Like, who slept? What are you talking about?
I'm talking of the people of the cave, right? The 70
people. Are these real people?
Again, let me tell you the story first, and then for me, it's real people. It's a real scenario.
We know the sleepers of the cave. It's a legend.
So God actually says it. He says that He have sent down أحسن القصص. He have brought or gathered for us the best stories for understanding, and He brought it in one revelation to us.
Can you just help me? I'm just trying to get the people in caves. Continue with one thread of whatever. Like, just, I'm sorry, I have like low attention span.
Sure.
So, people in the cave, what happened to them?
So what happened was that they got persecuted by a Roman emperor. They fled. They hid in a they hide in a cave. They slept there. You could say either they slept or they died or whatever, and then they got resurrected back, or they woke up 300 years later, right? And when they woke up, they were questioning themselves on how long they have passed in the cave. And basically,
hold on a second. This is
let me finish, right? And then
because I mean, you're gonna go to some other random nonsensical place after this. So like, I need to. Why do you think so 300 years they were dead and they came back? Like what? Why do you?
What's the reason?
This is from the movie Aliens.
Right?
This is one of those spaceship pods that you can live in, you know, and
No, I just want to know.
travel to the outer rims of the galaxy.
Just chill out. I want to understand. Like, why do you think that they were dead for 300 years and they came back? Like, what?
It's in the movie Aliens with Sigourney Weaver.
John, shut the fuck up, dude.
So again, I'm just saying, as someone who studied the Quran, yes, I would say that there's an understanding behind this, right? That time is relative.
What do you mean, an understanding behind it?
I'm gonna simplify it for you.
Years, dude.
I'm gonna just simplify it for you. If you don't want to see the story literally, no issues. I'm gonna
literally. I'm not anything. I'm
gonna bring you a slice of at least what you could grasp as an understanding for sure.
I know you have to dumb yourself down so I can understand you. I know that's really what you think is going on.
Here's the slice. The slice is time is relative. Time is relative. So
time is relative to what?
Do the maximum with your time. All right.
What?
But then, if you want to push the understanding, you could say, well, let me grant that this story might have been historical, right? And you entertain at least that it was.
What are you talking about?
Point of order, moderator. Point of order, moderator. Point of order. I'm opening up the Jewish Complaint Department. It's a nonprofit I started. I'd like to take Roivas's complaint.
Cora, you make sense, Cora.
He's like a kid that's like trying to talk about the plot line of the Very Hungry Caterpillar, and he's just saying, but there was green and red, and therefore the world is business.
It's like
it's weird.
The way that I do that.
I mean, do you know that you make no fucking sense? Do you know that you're like an unintelligent person?
And then
you could argue
aware
of that.
You could argue this
way. At the end of the day, they are commercial fucking.
I could argue. I am like positive that
evidence.
And then once I'm there,
well, do you have like a life accomplishment? Do you have like something you've done that makes any sense in your actions?
I could, right? I could.
That's nonsensical.
I know that most of you losers don't do shit with anything. I mean, what is your real life? I mean,
but it is not.
That's beside
the point. At the end of the day, there are 150 fucking guys with their work.
I do the same thing with you, Nargis. It's not going to turn out very well. So, I mean, like, tell me.
Nobody cares. You're just a mean
Why
person.
not?
I know, but like, all of you are like dipshits, right?
Okay, so
like, what's going on?
Why the fuck not?
So I think you're starting to crash out for some reason.
I need you to make some kind of sense. Like, stop being a stupid person and make sense. Can you do that? Can you not be stupid?
I mean, I could make sense. Maybe
is that possible for you? I know Nargis loves
make sense. I do make sense,
but I don't get it.
I do make sense, but not for you.
150 people that run the world.
What's the attraction?
I'm trying to please you, Rovius. Do you know this?
Who are you trying to please? I know Nargis loves stupid men like you. She's like loves the dumb shit that comes out of your mouth. She thinks it's really profound. Because she's not very smart. But like, unfortunately, I am smart. So try to sell yourself to someone like me.
And these are not the
You know?
headlines.
Try to show like, why are you here on this fucking planet? Why?
Why? Because I have a purpose.
What's the purpose? What's the purpose? Okay,
And
what
when
is
you
it?
get behind the curtain and see how that world works.
I just told you, achieve paradise.
To impress Nargis, who likes stupid men like you? Or do you have an actual purpose?
Serve God is my best purpose.
God is your best purpose. Like, why does God need you to do what?
You understood the deepness
Why does God need you?
of this sentence. Do you understand what it means?
Why do you think God even knows who you are?
Because I exist right now.
As well as they do.
And, okay, what's your
And then
purpose?
do
What's
it
going
better than
on?
how they do.
Yeah, so if you understood the sentence I said,
I don't understand. Right, so explain it to me.
you could expand, right? So
I'm not as smart as Nargis is, so yeah, I need you to explain it.
So you'll have to understand. You'll have to understand first. What does it? Who is God? Research this. Who is God? If I say God is the,
But every member of
the
this
all good-
institution
I don't know, dude.
has a
You-
personal duty.
Let me finish. Let me finish. Don't interrupt. If I say God is the all good, the all good, the most gracious, the most merciful, so on and so forth. And I say that I serve God. What does that mean?
You serve an imaginary being that makes no sense, is what that means.
All right. Well, let me tell you
And
this.
you impress Nargis because she loves stupid men because she's, yeah, her IQ's in the gutter. I know, right, so go ahead.
Bro, why do you keep talking about her better?
Because she's an arrogant, stupid woman, and I just don't like people like that.
You sound like the only person who's.
No, I know. So make it make sense.
Pure hate.
Make it make sense, dude. Come on.
I do make sense.
I'm reasonably intelligent, I think, right, Cora?
Sure.
I don't know, like maybe I'm.
Sure, you sound a bit like a
fucking
fool
people, right?
to me, but.
Other than getting this all wrong, yeah, you're pretty smart.
I don't think Nargis is smart, but I guess I should say that because she's a woman. And I need to like put the kid gloves on, right, with women because they're fucking inferior. But like whatever. Okay, I mean,
Well,
so
she's smart enough not
continue.
to insult
Not
them.
smart. She's not intelligent. Okay, so
Some
continue.
outsiders.
Like what? Explain this God thing to me. Go ahead, dude.
Okay, so I told you.
Like, we don't kick dogs, that sort of thing. Like,
I know. Does Nargis have something that she can demonstrate she's done in her life that's interesting or anything like?
Yeah, she's done lots of
or
interesting
is she just like a
things,
fucking worthless
she
piece of
speaks many
toilet trash?
languages. She's had lots of cool experiences.
Like what? Name one.
Other
Name one.
countries.
Name one. I've
She
traveled far
Farsi, she speaks Hindi,
I've been to Cairo, I've been to Cambodia,
Yeah.
right? So what? Right?
Like spent times in Ashram.
You don't have to be smart to go.
You live in weird neighborhoods and like.
Let's keep it about religion.
Yeah.
Okay, so she's a waste of space, right? I get it. So, okay,
No,
so I mean,
she's done a lot of cool
Let's keep
shit
it about
that
religion.
my family couldn't afford to give me that kind of.
I know
stuff,
because
but
she
I
has
enjoy hearing about it.
her family and she's a coddled little waste of space. I get it. Okay, so I mean,
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah. Do you have anything else?
See this guy's a crush.
Yo, Has maybe there's a grain of sincerity in his heart. We're gonna give him the benefit of the doubt. So go ahead.
I think most of you are fucking losers, is what I think. Otherwise,
So
if you were a loser, you wouldn't need to leave the fucking metaphysical bullshit.
on social media.
Right.
how many
Some
signals have you sent
journalists
us
trying to
that
trap
showcase
Elon Musk.
anger issues? How many signals? A lot.
Have you ever said anything that isn't completely fucking stupid? I mean,
It's actually really
have you
smart.
ever?
Maybe it's gonna do you some good if you actually ponder upon what I said. I'm serious.
Like, you're the stupidest person I've talked to.
Sure, you could think
I don't
this,
know.
but
I mean,
it
well, I don't
doesn't
want to
affect
say
you.
That's not true, right?
No, I
Doesn't
know.
affect you.
Why do builders elsewhere struggle to recreate this kind of home?
I have talked to
Not
Big
a
and
single
fucking.
yard of bolt
Yeah.
is used.
I mean, I would say
Massive
probably
labor
like
supported purely
second
by timber
lowest
fitted
quintile,
into
maybe,
timber.
I don't know.
From the beginning, every decision anticipates gravity. Two craftsmen work opposite a log, carving patiently by hand. A round trunk becomes squared, then shaped again.
Send my love from Rotterdam down there.
Yeah, I could do that.
See, I would just say that somebody like Roivas failed to get the big picture message in the book, and he's his own worst enemy, but maybe that's just his way of saying, hey, look at me! I'm here! And I'm alive! Talk to me!
I think it's more like Amin has his scripts that he runs, and Rivas's reaction is to start running his scripts. Yeah.
So I'm also crashed out on Rivas, like quite a few times in this room, if not cruelly, but Like Cora and I have been irritated and annoyed too. But we just maintain our cruelty, I think.
I'm just like, if I really want to, I can like take some opiates and go to sleep. So everything's good.
Yeah, I'm about to sleep anyway. So. Thank you, Rivas. Love you too. Oh dear.
The thing is that there's like, it's like he's like two men worth of man, so you have to like account for all of that too.
I don't care. Just so angry all the time. Oh dear.
New question. What is anger? How do you understand this, us? How do you understand what is
Anger's
anger?
like that. Have you ever been to like a punk rock show where they have like a mosh pit?
You're probably
There's like a euphoria to it. There's a dopamine rush to it as well. Like
Oh,
you like, get in a pit and like just start throwing your arms around and just like you don't care what you run into. You just like bounce off of everything and yeah. It's great.
It's weak.
I don't know that it's
Anger is synonymous with destruction.
It's weakness. There's no control. There's no power in that.
I think most destruction is actually quite calculated and not really anything to do with anger at all.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, anger, greed, and lust, they're the things that destroy great kings. So
Yes.
I think anger is like one of the main gateways to like living a healthy lifestyle. Lust as well and greed. You know what I mean? You gotta try to avoid these things. But chaos, control chaos, like Cora was saying, destruction is not necessarily paired with anger. It shouldn't.
It's not.
It's sometimes very calm. You get me?
Yeah.
And anger really shows how ignorant a person is because
Weak. It's a weakness.
Yeah, it's weak too. But for you to be able to express it, that shows you how weak and how foolish you are.
Yeah, you don't have power over your opponent.
Maybe he's savage. Who knows? That's a good question.
Non-reaction to anger is power.
Nah, but I just wanted to know, like, hey, Cora, right? You know how, like, I was, like, you was basically saying that, like, basically we're living in this world without a purpose, and how
There's no intrinsic purpose. You can give it all the purpose that you want. There you go. Purpose exists. There.
you give it purpose, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like the purpose of a mother, take care of the children, the purpose of an aunt.
But in religion, ladies and gentlemen, there's a thing called the divine will. And the will of the Lord is obviously the law, and the joy of the law is strength. And if you are a weak, obnoxious, highly argumentative person with a low IQ but a big attitude, let me tell you, you do not have the divine will. You don't get the big picture message. The aha, why am I so angry all the time? Why am I yelling all the time? Why am I letting people, gaslight me all the time? And then I project the re-therapized therapy back out into the universe on a conference call app with people. I should be in bed right now, snuggled with my beautiful 2 pillows and, just.
Hey, Cora, so, like, I'll give you, like an example, right?
Wait, you only have 2 pillows, John? I'm sorry. You deserve more pillow than 2 pillows. Come on.
Cora has 2 body pillows right now. Lucky.
I have like 2 7-pounder body pillows and like
Probably
5 behind me.
Oh, Roivas, we speak of the devil, and he will let the games begin.
Tramadol, so I could like kind of, clear thoughts.
Yeah, you sound good.
Roivas, have you ever read the glorious Quran?
Roivas doesn't read. He's only angry.
I was taking a photo.
No, he does read. I've witnessed Roivas reading. He reads.
Oh, I read that stupid book called the Quran. I read it cover to cover, and it sucked so fucking hard. It's the worst book I've ever read in my life. I thought the Book of Mormon was bad, but like the Quran takes the cake. It's so fucking shitty. It's the stupidest. I don't know how low an IQ. I don't know how low an IQ you have to read.
You didn't read shit. We all know
Like
that.
how
You can't
stupid.
fucking
Oh, it's gonna be a Mikhail versus Roivas Roidoff. Like, oh my god.
No, for you to say the Quran.
No, me and Roivas, we would.
That's how you know.
Kick each other's ass.
It's not even this.
You two are kind of alike.
There was like a healthy criticism, right? But now it's just like collapse. He's collapsing. Come on.
Well, point of order, I want to say that if you also read spiritual texts, part of life is personal hygiene. The books, you got to take a break from the spiritual, ecstasy sometimes and cut your fingernails and take a shower, take a hot bath, go to the gym, clean yourself up, shave your face, get a haircut. Use soap on your inner thighs and your toes and scrub the body. I'm just saying that cleanliness is next to godliness. I am complete. This is black white.
I literally can't hear the guy.
John, Kitover. John?
Oh, John, yeah.
Kitover.
John and the Rumi. Like, shit, how long does it take to fucking read a book?
Yo, John is a G, man. Swear. He's reading.
All of you need to be fucking shot.
My go-to book
in
of
a way
poetry
that
is
your organs are
Bukowski
not
on
destroyed, so we can donate your organs so you can benefit humanity in somewhat shape, way, or form.
Okay, point of order, moderator. That's the first death threat I've encountered of the evening. I'll be reporting you to Clubhouse. Good luck if you have an account tomorrow. If I see a party hat, I'll know you got another burner account. God bless and Allahu Akbar to you too.
Anyhow.
That's what I think about your shit, John.
Now that we spoke about anger, what is love?
Backwards, it spells evil. So obviously, it's the opposite of evil. It's joy. It's peace. It's tranquility. It's pleasure. It's security. It's law. It's justice. It's strength. Strength is love. Love of the law. Love of the law is the joy of the earth.
He likes it when I do it. He literally likes it when I do it. He likes it. No? Okay, fine.
Strength is the joy of the world.
Proving Zio's wrong.
Love is our default.
That's the joy of the world. Watching the Zio state crumble in front of Zio eyes.
Love is the.
What do you think? This is the Matrix movie with Neo? You think I mean, Mikhail, get a hold of yourself.
I mean, I was brought into the world, chosen, witnessed the saga, and I'm witnessing the very end of this saga. Hopefully within my lifetime, I will witness the collapse of the Zio state.
Exactly, within your lifetime. That might just be 3 years or something. It could be 30 years. You never know. But, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say that...
30 years.
Oh, how long do you think it'll take, Dr. Mikhail? Oh, prophet. Let's hear it.
If nothing stupid happens...
Nothing stupid? Well, something stupid just happened.
Less than 20.
Well, anyways, the more you think, the more you speak, the further from the truth you're going to get. So just stop thinking. End your problems.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I'll say the max
Consider that one.
10 years.
Wake me up before you go.
I'm so confused.
I don't care what you talking about.
Big heart. Rovius, we love you.
It's like, what did God do to you, Royvis?
Remember when Mikhail lied to me about being an engineer when he works at a garbage facility? Remember?
He's sanitation engineer.
I'm a domestic engineer. Why do they lie to me? Like, what do they think they're gonna gain from like bullshitting me? I don't understand.
Point of order, moderator. Moderator, point of order.
Royvis, why would he even care to lie to you?
Because you want to impress me. Why do you want to impress me so hard?
I don't know. Maybe I want to get between your legs, bro.
You're just a piece of shit. Like, just admit it.
Maybe I just want your ball. Maybe I just want your ball.
Right? Just kind of a loser, like no fucking purpose in this life. You don't
be
do shit.
loser and the balls.
You have no career. You have nothing of interest to offer anyone.
That's because
But you
you're
want to
just
lie to me
killing it right now. You're just contributing to the greatness of mankind.
Well, compared to you, of course I am. I've actually accomplished things, you fucking piece of shit. You fucking faggot.
Like, wasting
Yeah.
your time on phone.
No, in real life, yeah.
Point of order, moderator. Moderator, point of order. Roivas is using the F word now. And I just want to say that.
This is the way he hypes
from
himself up.
metaphysics 0
This
to
is the way
metaphysics
he
X.
pumps himself up before he goes over to his own lifestyle so he can practice himself. That's all.
I became a polymath.
He's like
But this guy, although my liver is possessed by a
pumping up that testosterone.
I know, this is like...
Little on Kelly for 4 hours out. 45 minutes.
Are they sore? What's going on?
Rovis, I'm so bad. You want to come over here at midnight?
Yeah, it's just
I don't know why when I show up they start like with the chickens like lost their they just like slamming into walls and shit like that.
Rovius, I'm sorry, man, but I tried, man. It's not the vibe, man.
I gotta say that, I thoroughly enjoy watching people get thrown to the goo, because usually that's me getting thrown
It's like
to the
when
goo.
a new cat is brought into a home.
Is this what it's like to feel? Is this what it's like to feel to be a Muslim, where it's like you take pleasure in watching somebody get thrown off a roof? Is that possible to take pleasure in watching somebody get thrown off a roof?
So there you go.
I'm speaking metaphorically, not literally, of course.
Oh, so Rumi doesn't matter except when he's talking about how you subjectively interpret.
It's subjectively, objectively subject. We're uniting the object and the subject here right now, Illumi. Illuminate us with your prophecy.
What?
Did you know that Illumi here is a Gnostic master, and he chants the most beautiful little religious soliloquies, and he gets into a Gnostic, chant. It's unbelievable.
I don't believe you unless you do it right now.
Any news?
Sing
Anybody
to
got
us.
some news? Anybody want to tell me something?
Hey,
News today?
Yo, what's up, my G?
What's up, my brother, man? I was trying to give this analogy, right? So, like, if you have a tool, right, you can use it however you want. But, like, 'cause you know how I was asking Cora about purpose, and yeah, that's why I brought this up. So, if you have a tool, you can use it however you want, but its real purpose comes from whoever made it, not from how you personally feel. Because she was saying about purpose of basically the world not having really a purpose. You know what I mean? God is the one.
You basically made yourself.
I said, let me finish.
Like your identity is your collective memory.
That's a bold claim,
No, let me just finish though. So if God is the one, right, who made you, right? So he knows what's the real purpose. So personally, how you feel about it really doesn't matter. You get what I'm saying?
Shitty manufacturer if he didn't supply like a user manual, like if that was like, you know, if there's like a certain way the tool has to be used, you know, should have supplied a user manual.
That's actually smart and genius, actually.
He did. They call it revelation.
Do you make or do you create
That's what
your
they call
purpose?
revelation. That should have been your answer.
True. No. So Illumi, here's the thing. I meant it in the real sense. Like, the real sense.
Did Cora mean it in the fake sense then?
I never understand.
Maybe it was a metaphor.
And I want to play French because I don't know what.
Okay, here's the distinction. There's a metaphor, there's a metaphorical sense, and there's a real sense. So if I say I create things, let me explain. I create things.
Let us listen from
my scientific
woman speaking for that's where you shut up.
Just one moment. My scientific mind will say that nothing can be really created, right? So I say it in a metaphorical sense. That's it.
Sure, exactly. Like so for example, like a hammer, right? A hammer is a tool. So you can use that however you want, right? But only the person who made it, like the person who made the hammer, like you made it to you know what I mean, to fix up for a nail, right? To hit a nail. But then you can use it however you want. But the person who made it knows its real purpose. You know what I mean? You can use it you can use it to hit people, you know what I mean? You can use it to assault somebody. But only the person who made that hammer knows its real purpose. You get what I'm saying?
I agree with you, man.
I mean, I could pick up rocks off the ground and use them as hammers, so.
You could use that.
That's not what I was trying to say.
As a hammer.
No, he's making an analogy. So then the one who
what kind of batteries do you put for that one?
Batteries for what?
In relation to us, the users.
So the creator.
I ain't gonna lie, I mean, you cool.
Your best friend.
I
just be laying back.
If you don't mind me jumping in real quick.
Who uses batteries anymore? It's all fucking USB chargers and shit.
Whoa.
Bro, can we let him finish? Like, so.
Well, it's the weight.
Yeah. So Haas, real quick. So you was talking about the analogy with the hammer, right? So the creator, wouldn't the creator of all things who created me and everybody, if none of us really know the manual, so to speak, and only the creator knows the manual, why would you require another human being to reveal that manual to me? Because if that human being is not perfect, and we all not perfect, and we could lie.
That's a beautiful question.
But then the manual is the Quran.
The manual is within
the Quran is revealed.
The manual's your own experiences and intuition.
Yeah, it was made by man, but it was revealed to him by God. You get what I'm saying?
Anybody that claim.
Wow, I think Black
Is it an e-manual?
Couldn't hear what you said.
Mikhail, what? Oh, sorry.
What did you say? Say it again.
It's online. It's an e-manual, an e-manual.
It's just a joke. Manual, and then Black was doing like some play words, right?
Oh, it just works out great, right? Manual.
No one uses fucking batteries anymore. You get them with chargers, you get them in all shapes and sizes.
Right, they come with like USB chargers. Sometimes they those magnetic.
Yeah, so actually, man, that's disrespectful, man. So what's your name? Shivaji.
Yeah,
Shivaji.
Yeah, so I was basically like just saying like the user manual, you know, wouldn't be required to be made by any man if no man could really, truly, because you were saying that nobody could.
Yeah, I thought it was revealed by.
Here's the theory I would have, right? If the manual is within us,
something you have to know. Like I would need to know. In order to reveal like a math equation, I would need to know some sort of knowledge in that field. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So if the manual is within us, right, the prophets would be the one who have achieved the maximal unfolding of that manual. That would be kind of like the understanding, in a sense.
Perfectly said.
I mean, if you decided your purpose was to calculate the area under curves and you had no knowledge of calculus and you were like alone, like some sort of wolf child in like the forest, you could probably figure out calculus on your own eventually over a long period of time. You know, but you have lots of time to think, so.
Is it just about talking? Like, do people just want to talk, or is it like they really don't know? Like, you could find answers for questions in like less than 5 seconds.
Well, see, that's my point is you gotta intervene. Point of order, moderator, point of order. You gotta intervene and say, I'm requesting 60 seconds to read from a book because honestly, conversations are so 2025, Rabboni Shalom.
Do I want the falafel wrap with like the French fries and the pickles in it? Yeah, folks, I want some
Falafel wrap.
Yeah. So good.
It's kind of late, Cora.
Dude, I'm on like fucking surgery recovery time. I eat when I want to eat.
Who's selling falafel at like 3 a.m.?
Why not?
Oh, I guess. Wait a second. I take that question back. Yeah.
Other than Portland, there's like food trucks that are open like until after the bar's closed here.
I don't even know. I know you're East Coast. That's all. I don't know why. That's it.
I'm not on the East Coast. I'm in Oregon. I've told you this over and over again.
Oh.
Yeah, you gotta understand, this guy is not the same person every time you meet him. There's always a different personality.
Backwards it spells evil. So obviously it's the opposite of evil. It's joy,
literally just said I'm in
it's
Portland,
peace,
like,
it's tranquility, it's pleasure, it's security, it's law, it's justice, it's strength! Strength is love!
I didn't expect that. I haven't seen Cora
Everybody just listen. I'm about to start whispering some incantations, right?
I was born in Oregon. I was born on the southern Oregon coast.
You guys hear me? I'm about to start whispering some incantations. Everybody just listen, alright? Make sure you have your phones in your ears.
Because with my
I can guarantee I can make everybody.
What, Rich?
I can guarantee everybody will know my name after this, alright?
Hey.
You guys ready?
Ready, bro?
So, ready?
That was a joke. You guys not scared of shit.
I tried to distill this out.
Somebody said that to me. I will not listen to that.
Fear is only of the unknown.
Hey, Cora, I wanted to I was wondering, do you believe in demons?
Cora, can you please become Muslim right now?
I don't believe in anything.
This don't have nothing to do with religion.
Because I laughed.
I don't believe in anything. I don't. I simply make probability calculations.
So you don't believe in spirits?
And use the most useful output to navigate my life.
Oh, it's
So do you believe in spirits? Do you believe like you have spirits? Like, do you believe you have a spirit? Cora?
I have some liquor in my kitchen. People refer to it.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Okay then.
Oh my god.
What personality are you today?
Some gin and some bourbon and
What?
Are you fire, water?
some curious, but I mostly have that around to make fondue.
Hey, oh my. What character are you today? Fire, water?
Which one?
Hello, be my name.
Okay, yep, I know what that is. That's the one from the that's most likely James. That's most likely James from the 18th century.
Bro, what are you smoking and how high are you?
I'm actually not smoking.
Oh my
Don't
god.
gotta lie to me, brother.
Skip the subject.
Oh man, and I plugged in and everything, and he bounced. Oh. I will get him. I will get you, lawyer. You will not be the Jew that got away.
So Cora, if you don't believe in like spirits and demons and shit, won't you get a Ouija board and turn off all the lights in your house and make sure you're alone?
I played with Ouija boards when I was a kid. Like literally, all that is like micro-movements in like your muscles that cause this to happen. I've watched mentalists like on stage make people like rotate their keys like hanging off a screen in unison.
I'm telling you,
It's crazy.
Is this magic?
Yo,
they didn't show you.
Good.
yo, let me read to you guys something.
Why are y'all interrupt Cora? Like, what is it? What is it? Is it monotone voice? Is
No, it's just me, man. My fault, guys. So I just opened the Gospel of Thomas, and I looked at Saints 3, and it's actually related to a lot of things we spoke about in this room, including the fact that the manual is within us, right? So I just want to read Saints 3. So it says, Jesus said, if your leaders say to you, look, God's imperial rule is in the sky, then the birds of the sky will precede you. If they say to you, it is in the sea, then the fish will precede you. Rather, God's imperial rule is within you, and it is outside of you. When you know yourselves, you will be known, and you will understand that you are, it says here children, but I would say servants, servant of the living God. But if you do not know yourselves, then you live in poverty, and you are the poverty.
I swear to God, I mean, you make me want to become an atheist.
All right, but I hope you don't.
So, if I do, it is your fault. I
No, not my fault.
No,
Not
it
my
will be
fault.
your fault.
It is
Yeah.
Not my fault. Not my fault.
A
That's
long
what I
time
meant.
ago, Mikhail did that. I want to be an atheist, and now you're making me want to be an atheist too.
Do you want to ponder about what was being said here?
Please, no.
Or do you want to just have emotions?
These are actually lack of emotion.
How is it a lack of emotion? It's actually really deep and related to what we were talking about.
If it's really deep, summarize it in one sentence.
How deep is it?
In one sentence.
How deep is it?
In one sentence. In one sentence.
Is it one sentence?
Here's the one sentence. Yeah, here's the one sentence. God's imperial rule is within you and outside of you.
Right.
Wow.
Wow.
What would you
I
talk about without
yo,
ChatGPT,
guys,
bro? Like,
maybe
really,
I did.
Like, what
Maybe
would
I
you
did.
talk about without ChatGPT?
If you would commit, would you repeat imperial rule?
Bro, I didn't even hear what you said. Hey, I mean, bro, can you say that again, please, bro?
Okay, so I'm just gonna real
Just
quick.
ask him to send you the ChatGPT link, bro. It's all there.
So real quick. I wanna add a second
What
sentence.
conversation would you ever have?
So
without
forgive me, guys.
doing
Forgive me,
that?
guys.
But
I'm gonna add
have,
another
like, a normal
sentence.
conversation between two people.
Yes, I will. Just one moment. Let me finish. The second sentence
Do you
would
know?
be.
Man in the Machine. Pink Floyd is right.
The second
This is what happens
sentence
when you remain a virgin.
would be. The second sentence would be.
Hey, you're quite horny tonight. What's going on?
Once you know yourselves,
Oh, that was
you
an
will be
objective
known.
statement.
In
China, there is a residential building that houses about 30,000 people.
Of the living God.
Please, Lord, let ChatGPT collapse. So
That's
you're
all.
speaking.
So
So
now it's time for you
that-
guys.
But the fact that we showing proofs of troops in other religions, it shows that the Quran is not the only manual.
Yeah.
That there are many manuals, there are many symbols. And we are part of the
Can I hear you, man? But just to let you know, the Quran is only one menu. There's multiple.
I'm your guy. I'm your guy.
Here goes the freaking
Come on, my son.
This guy, when I became a moderator, we're ruined.
I am that I am. I am the Alpha and Omega. I am the second soul. I am the hidden Imam. I am the third Adam.
No way.
Listen, guys, I don't know who did this.
Mahdi.
I don't have a grudge to you, but I'm just gonna say that, yeah, I don't know who did this, but yeah, include me. But actually, I'm gonna say this, right? See how you don't behave with me the same way I behave. Very nice to see you. Did I put you down?
Congratulations. You have put me down before.
Bro, this guy, in this entire room, I did not. Anyone could be. It's okay. Bring it back up. Give him the mic. I don't care about this. I love to be as I am right now. You know what I mean?
I want you to say Imperial so much.
I know. She'll never forget.
Imperial.
Give him the mic.
Intended to say it as if you were sense.
Now this can connect you for tomorrow for the girl. Let me just find
Did you see that? No, there's a topic. The topic is really why I was told to take somebody back to the audience. She fell off a wagon. I think she actually made it.
Why? Do we read scripts off the chat? GPT?
And I'm pressure.
I'm surprised Hero is awake.
Why do we have fun?
Hero doesn't live in you, so obviously.
I swear to God, some people just want to like dumpster fire and one of those people is Hero.
Nurgis,
What's up, honey?
are you from India?
No, bro. But I lived in India for quite a few years. If that's the accent you're catching.
Okay, Pakistan.
No, bro.
Where are you from?
I lived in India for a few years, if that's the accent you're
I'm asking you, where are you from?
Me?
Yeah.
My place is the placeless. No trace for the traceless. I'm neither body nor soul. I belong to the beloved.
Yeah, you're Indian.
That's correct.
Correct.
What did you say?
Hey, is it why do people in India, right?
Yeah.
Why do they make food like that? I was watching how their food is just all soggy. What makes the substance soggy?
What makes the substance soggy?
Yeah, what makes the food substance soggy? Everything that they make is soggy.
My name is David Hochberg. I'm a mortgage professional. I live in Northbrook, Illinois, and host a radio show on WGN-TV.
22 years has been torture living in America
Last
with
time I came, I misspoke, and I want to apologize to this esteemed body.
It's low IQ. I have low IQ.
Accidentally saying that you guys authorized $30 billion for technologies when it was $30 million. So I heartfully apologize.
What else is
That's how you know you have low
food
IQ.
that is so-called?
That's how you know
How
you
about
have low
apologizing to
IQ.
the taxpayers of Cook County for allowing this
You guys
approval of Chief
You guys can make
Information
hot
Officer
dogs.
Tom Lynch to scrap the old collection system before switching over to the new system in 2021.
Soggy. No, my people don't make soggy food. My people are not being killed, actually.
Huh?
My people
How many ideas
Actually, at the moment,
Well, that's
something bad. By who?
By my government.
Oh my God.
Are you serious? Damn.
Yes, in India, he take Kashmir and he killed like 2,000 people. No. What is that? That's on the Chinese one.
You used to do much better, Bombay.
Yeah, no, the Holy Spirit and the Queen.
Skyrocketing. You know, and it's like, that's unsustainable. When you reach almost 300,000 people, that's unsustainable. And we
Oh dear.
need to.
Indeed, how many presidencies have the revolutionaries?
I am from India. My name is.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be like 60,000. Someone's going to tell me soon.
What? The number? No. I think it's top.
Hey, why do you guys make food like with your feet in it? Like do they believe like it makes the food taste better?
Oh my God.
Yes, they do.
What did I tell you?
You know, in America, you don't use the term like, yeah, she put her, you know, just a term, but.
Alright, so what's the topic? The topic is Laura's movies.
Oh my God, that shit is disgusting.
It's why Indians.
Also, do you drink the Italian wine from under the feet
And
of the Italians?
why Modi is and why the internet is shut in my country,
So I
India.
think what we're going to see.
When I was,
They're fucked up. I hate Modi.
Judge this week my office issued a forfeiture complaint for
I don't
two
know, that guy's
sensitive
got my
pieces
probably
of
knows it.
military
Everybody knows
equipment.
it.
He's black, he doesn't watch theirs.
Where in the world right now is there like commotion where like a particular government
Which were
is being kind of brutal to its own people, where the internet is shut? Can you like guess? Can you guess?
Guess what?
Which country is having turmoil within it at the moment?
Israel.
Good Lord. Okay.
Hola, ¿qué tal? El día de hoy vamos a dar muy buenas noticias a todos nuestros clientes. Esto nos acaba de llegar el día de ayer. Como pueden ver, aquí tenemos.
Yeah.
Our food is soggy in Iran. We put our feet in our food.
We're not from Iran.
So is it possible that Iranians could go to India and live there for like a few years and like study under the system, or probably like
They're going to be living there for more than a few years, I'll tell you that.
wow, you live like a king in a pauper's land. You know that?
In India?
Yeah, man. You have your own
Just
why would
unfortunately, I would like to be pessimistic.
At
I
any
see
moment,
civil war.
somebody could give me township
I know.
as a medicine.
Be having a sick feeling in my stomach too. I think that's what it's going for. And I think it's self-destructing.
Are we talking about this subject?
It's talking about Iran. Hey, Mikhail,
Talking about the news. Why don't you hop on the news and tell us the most
Mikhail, do
recent
you
news?
really think so?
Hey, I mean, you gave
Alumni.
Designed to do
actually.
The duties
I didn't get mine.
and primarily because more recently jobs that served as an arm of the government rather than as the representative of the people. And of course, it's
Yo, maybe
Alumni, how you do that, bro?
come off the train.
it's not even naughty.
Police on that white bus, you gotta either way you coming up off of here.
Games, don't you know Lumi is
You gotta get off the train, yo.
Bro, look what James said. He said, oh, I mean, kicked in, kicked out in your own room. My ass bleeds for you.
Bro, tell you guys are fucking weird.
She's so funny.
Yes, Nergis, apologize to your master right now and sit at my feet and wash my feet foot by foot. You will apologize.
You know who the fuck I am.
Apologize.
I did not kick you out.
Sir, I will unblock
Give me mine, bro. You're not straight, man. Give me mine, bro. Give me mine, bro. If you don't take shit, if you don't
I'll
take
accept
shit
that sorry. A real quick sorry. You can say sorry.
Damn, you just said sorry to me, bro. It's not that
There you go.
Sorry.
There you go.
All right, right there. I said it, bro. Give me mine.
You're dying to unblock me anyway.
I'll block you again just for that comment.
I would beg you to unblock.
Bro, I'm not gonna lie to me, bro. You one cool individual, man. Like, a lot of people would have what?
That means it's a fact how soon Martinez I want to feed him Eucharist after Eucharist.
Hey, mama, you ever ate? Hey, you guys ever ate Eucharist?
Yeah, I do.
No, have you ever ate one?
Have you?
Of course. I ate a uterus before. I ate a baby, aborted baby.
You are talking about me.
Yeah, I ate an aborted baby, you know. That's why I'm literally 6'5", 230 pounds. Are you serious? Oh my God, bro. You guys vegetarian, man. Alright, so tell me, if you guys eat cow shit for medicine?
Yes.
Does it work?
Yeah, it's really good.
So you swear?
Yeah.
I mean, goddamn, there's like 1.5 billion of them. If something's working.
You're being racist, bro.
I'm Indian too, bro.
Oh, you from India?
I'm from India. You cannot tell from my accent. I'm a very lonely. So I don't know why I can't like.
And that's like everybody in America knows how to do the Indian accent. Everybody. If you don't know how to do it, that's like you're an alien or something.
I never really tried, bro.
Just say thank you, come again. Just say
thank you, come again.
Just practice out.
Come again.
You'll hear it when it clicks.
It looks like it's just so ugly. Like I don't know every video on blog.
Froggy, bro.
Bro, I'm gonna show you this. Just go to the internet. Just look at. Wait, I'm gonna show you.
No, I am Indian. Obviously, like I've had so many food all my life.
So you said only curry soggy?
Only curry soggy.
How about the beans?
Beans in a curry. Everything you put in a curry.
Yeah, actually, I don't think so.
There's a new cuisine on the market. Remember when they were
Talking about food, let me take some snacks.
Sushiritos? There was always something.
No, I'm gonna tell you this. You have to try this. A pig's anal.
What is it these days?
Bro, that's sick, man. How's I told you I'm vegetarian, bro.
No, I was talking to them.
Yeah, but I can hear her.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
That's okay.
Wait, so are you vegetarian for moral reasons?
Yeah,
If you are, moral if I eat meat, like seriously.
I won't judge you, but obviously you're fucking immoral.
What? So you
What's the logic? Elected among the Senate.
You feel like the Republic?
So look, if we didn't eat goats and cows, they would literally take over the world.
That is not true. They too want to live lives.
Oh, hell, goat teaser.
They have husbands, they have wives, they have families. Do you think they don't have feelings?
Take those feelings away.
Yeah, because you're barbaric.
No.
Violent.
Okay, just look how
You're
Muslims just
killer,
look
you're
this.
a murderer.
Just look it up on YouTube, right? When Muslims are sacrificing a goat, they will literally say a few verses. And
What do they say, bro?
they say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, and it literally
Allah Akbar?
Bismillah.
Easy.
They'll say Bismillah, Allahu Akbar, and literally the goat will stretch his neck out. Yeah, bro, just look, and then it literally, the goat will literally expand stretch his neck out, so he can get sacrificed.
Have you done it before?
Yeah.
Have you killed an animal before?
Yeah.
Lies.
I do it for fun.
That's horrible.
What nation do you hail from, Haas?
I'm from the nation of the Tsars.
You're from the nation of Islam?
The Tsars.
The Tsars.
Are you from? Do you follow His Honorable Elijah Muhammad?
No. Hell no.
Good answer. You know what he called the white people, right?
What?
Those Yakubian devils. Those fine merchants.
Jacobian devil. Goddamn.
Those swine merchants.
Data from the Wyoming Department of Transportation revealed that between... And so these moms helped draft that bill 7-ish years ago, was signed into law by Henry McMaster, thank God for Governor McMaster. 2 years ago, that made it a crime to lure the child to the vehicle, because previous to that, until you shut the door on the car, or you shut the door on the dwelling or the home or the residence, that was called kidnapping.
Establishing a Zionist movement, and then there's like BHI Israel, there is no God, and then just like put that over there, and then that's it. I think that's the least we could do, right?
It's wrong.
I swear to God, I have a feeling in like a few hundred years these guys.
So, the BHIs, the original Jews. It's like worth watching. And then they freaking go to Walmart with their costumes. Look out of uniform. With like clothes. And with like, why are you there? Probably sleeping.
Honestly, I'm not that scared of the BHI because like you hear higher others or most of creatures that they're crazy shit. It's all just spiritual. They're usually
yeah, I do. I did go to to see any sort of history.
They wish to take over America and turn it into a war.
female BHI.
No, that's the Moorish.
Female BHI down.
God, that's offensive.
No, that's just the normal costume. That's like, check out the crowns, bejeweled, with freaking like crystals.
Oh,
I
it's like Moroccan.
when people make their
No, not really. Look
their
at the
profile anonymous and they just listen.
Kind of like a kaftan.
Wait, they took our clothes?
Go check it out.
Hebrew Israelite female gowns or whatever dress.
Dresses,
Looks Moroccan.
You see the swords and the freaking crowns.
Hey, it's break.
I'm so good dressed like that. With the crowns and the sword.
Dress like your average Moroccan woman.
Hi,
Hi. I'm good. May I take your order?
Yeah, I'm sure you have pictures of them.
sauce, please. Can I have 4 white brown sauce, please? And half a white,
Just one bite and we got
I just want to know who's funding this movie.
Just one bite and we got
There has to be someone.
It's their believers.
Nothing is within control of the people. Y'all are all following whatever think tanks or deep states expected you to follow, or they've engineered society or American society to follow. That's all it is. They're clearly part of an agenda. I just don't know what it's meant
Exactly.
for.
Yeah. I can't seem to find like purpose behind the agenda. I mean, the
Our
purpose
taxpayer
behind
dollars
the
are funding all of this stuff.
It's
The money that we are seeing.
It does like spring from perhaps like a sense of wanting status, recognition, you know.
I'm just afraid maybe one day, like, these psyos will get desperate and they'll do some, call for, jihad, and they would bring these people.
How long ago were you
We're
here?
going to establish the real Israel this time. We were Amalekites, but
It will never happen.
now we want to do the real thing. So you come here like Hebrews, like friends, and come and fight the good fight. I'm worried that like thousands of them would fight us.
The thing is, they don't want to be part of. They don't want to be part of the bigger Jewish community somehow. In fact, they sort of discriminate against them.
You are Jewish. That's what they say.
Oh yeah. I've seen them like properly discriminate and also like otherize the actual.
So if you think of their project, it's like a Zionist project.
It is, in some way. However, the ones they look down upon are the Zionists themselves.
the
irony
BHI
of
will
Take
over
see
the
that
Holy Land.
they want to be them. So that's all it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Well, I don't want to generalize or stereotype because again, BHI are actually not as crazy as people think they are. Like, don't take it from Clubhouse.
Are you probably kidding me?
Again, a lot of people are crazy, but like if you look at their officials or at least what they're stating officially, semi-officially, they don't believe they're actually Alpha lineage or replacement theory or any of that Afrocentrism pseudo-nonsense. No, they don't
I don't
believe
know if it's true, but I heard that they want to enslave the white man. I don't know if it's true.
I mean, so did the Nation of Islam, for God's sake. It's sort of like it becomes trendy after they establish themselves after a while.
What is even the point?
Well, I'll tell you this: if the West loses hegemony, the West ever loses hegemony, as in Europeans or Anglos, I bet you in the world to come, they would just all convert to Islam because they know that there's going to be all these demographics going to come to get them. They're going to want defense. They're going to want, like prison. You're going to have to join up with someone.
You and your dream of the caliphate.
No, I wish I'm not that optimistic.
Anymore.
I still believe the Zionists are going to pull off something very crazy.
Anymore, because like, look, Mikhail started off with the whole Turkey thing. Turkey didn't seem to be that interested. Jelani ended up being like a puppet. Iran is falling apart freaking. Like...
Jelani is doing what Jelani's supposed to do. I mean...
Yeah, what a puppet is supposed to do.
No, because it's bigger than this. You think the United States is against us. No, not necessarily. We need the United States. We actually need Russia, and we need cooperation from everybody to contain these clowns, because these Zionists are actually they're the most dangerous in the region. Do you understand? They're the ones who literally have a need, a necessity to derail the whole region. They need to. Do you understand? Like, they're not going to accept being euthanized over, or, assimilated over like a century. No. And that's what's going to happen if things keep going the way they are right now. So you already, people are not paying attention because everything that's going on in Iran, and I do want people to pay attention to the timing. It's not a coincidence. So as we're going in, no one's hearing that we're now in phase 2 of the ceasefire. So no one's paying attention to that. No one's paying attention. There's a technocratic government. No one's paying attention. There are American forces in Israel, outside of Gaza. So pretty much Palestinians aren't going anywhere, and that whatever this model in Gaza is going to replicate itself in the West Bank.
We are saying
now you have permanent presence of Palestinians. Now you have Arab prospering states. You have Syria being built up. You have Turkey's about to start cooking submarines. Its first indigenous submarine. This isn't.
On the Zionist, like this is.
Point of order, moderator, point of order. Point of order, you're nothing more than a Tucker Carlson lookalike on Clownhouse. You're just repeating what Tucker Carlson says. Point of order, moderator. Are you Tucker Carlson?
Life is so ironic. Tucker Carlson from like the chief pundit on Fox News, the one who now he's like being accused of being Muslim Brotherhood or a secret Muslim. And it's just crazy, man. It's like, I don't know. What's your name, John? This is it, bro. This is all the last ones. It's coming to an end. Now, whether they're going to go down peacefully or they're going to take the whole world with them, that's the question. Clearly, they want to take the whole world with them, otherwise the shit in Iran would not be happening, because the shit in Iran only means one thing, civil war. And civil war means refugees. Refugees from Iran means Shia refugees. Refugees in the hundreds of thousands in Iraq and other places going to lead to sectarian violence, which probably the Mossad is going to try to trigger. And boom, we went from Iran to Iraq to Syria, and then a whole region is now, what do they call it?
That's never going to happen.
Hopefully, that's what the United States is supposed to ensure doesn't happen.
That's the trouble in any case.
Whatever it is, I think there should be a change in that bloody government.
I'm not optimistic if Arab states are going up to the United States and they're going, hey man, like, don't do anything stupid. I thought we had a game plan.
Which is what, by the way, you ate it, right?
Obviously, there's wars.
The game plan is there. It is up to the people to understand whether they want to learn the easy way or the harsh way.
But what do you mean the people to understand?
Well, I'm saying.
What do you mean by that? When do you say that?
I'm saying the people and also the ones who are in charge, together.
They want to destroy Iran. Like, this is what it is. There is no other outcome from this, because, to remove the conditions that are causing these protesters to riot is to remove this, alleviate some of these sanctions.
But you know, Israel and Iran just literally had talks about not going to war with each other, right?
They're like threatening each other every other day.
No, I know, but just recently where they had Russia as like a media, like you know what I mean? Russia basically, in the middle trying to tell them, Israel and Iran is not going to go to war because Israel.
In the tradition of Muhammad and the Muslims, the Jews unknown, the Jews do not have no word and no trust. You do not trust the Jews.
Right. Right.
It's false.
لا عهد لهم ولا ميثاق.
Wow, what?
They have no covenant nor a decree or
No, it's false. The Quran does not generalize on the Jews.
I thought the Quran is specific about like Yahud being used like 7 or 8 times. I looked that up some time ago. And the Bani Israel being like completely different people. It's a lot of reference to context to those.
What? They're completely different people. What do you mean?
Yahud is like, I think, the word that is used particularly for the Jews. Nasara is the word, maybe.
Nasara is a Christian.
I'm working on that one. In الذين هادوا اليهود and
Correct.
Bani Israel and Israel and Al-Imran. 5 that I believe are terms that have clear distinction from one another. Israel, children of Israel, Yahud are Jews, but really it's not. I don't know how to. I need to properly find a translation for that.
Call Americans and Americans.
And الذين هادوا.
There's also, I think, is it Qawm Musa or?
No, the Quran is pretty clear.
Yeah, it's distinct about these terminologies. But it's also like generalized. Like none of these stories are in the Quran are like given lots of particulars or explanations, like you'd find in scriptures prior to them. They seem to be like a touch and go sort of, giving you like the moral of the story.
Okay. My tyrant reign is intentionally being brought to an end on my own volition.
Oh, you go to the Korah? That's nice. Oh, yay! The Trinity. Willingly or unwillingly?
Yes, my disciple, learn my words. Consume them so you may experience the baptism of fire and cleanse that temple of yours. So may you be endowed with the Holy Spirit. So the Sakina may usher among you, and you may enter into holy union with the Logos
Do they
and
also use the word
manifest the
Sakina?
Son of God. Huh?
Do they also use the word Sakina?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, no. Sakina's a big deal, yeah.
Sakina's a big deal.
What does Sakina mean? You know?
Like peace or something. Like
tranquility.
Tranquility.
Yeah.
Or the Holy Presence.
Like one who brings like peace to her father or something. Like with root words.
No, tranquil. That's tranquility means.
Sakina means that.
Sakina means tranquility.
What a beautiful name. Should have named my daughter that.
Jews are not people with a suicidal ideology. Well, I'm pretty sure they do have suicide. Actually, that's the MO. That's the rabbinic Jews.
Yeah. Why do you say it's suicidal?
I mean, suicide. Because someone wrote a comment about how Jews don't have like a suicide theology.
Yes,
that's literally been the history of the or the rabbinic Jews.
Yep,
exactly.
Perfectly said.
Because I like you. I think there is something there. I'm glad I didn't kick you out.
I do like carbs. He's innocent. He likes soggy Indian food.
Well, clearly he's been looking into stuff, so.
Like Sakina? Christian before.
Me?
Yeah.
No, never.
I'm not hearing any updates. Honestly, I didn't turn on Al Jazeera yet. I really want to know what's going on.
Let's see.
Do you want to know about the
Maybe from
Shekhinah?
one of these million Iranians that never been to Iran on this app. Maybe they could update us with some of the latest news. Nope.
Point of order, moderator.
There. We can't call out freaking families. That's why.
Point of
So that's
order,
the reason why we
moderator.
can't.
Moderator, point of order. I'm about to go to bed, but I want to share with you a vision I've had of the Shekhinah. She sits on a cubic stone, a symbol of salt, which crystallizes in perfect cubes, and a reminder of the saltness of that mystical sea which is associated with the Virgin Mary. Since the time of Pythagoras, moreover, it has been taught openly that the cube is the regular solid representing earth or actual material manifestation. Thus the high priestess sits on a cube, because the basis of all subconscious mental activity is what has actually occurred, what actually exists. This underlying reality is what is designated in Hebrew by the name IHVH Jehovah.
She should be sitting on a hypercube. That makes way more sense.
And to this word, the figures required to define the proportions of a cube have special reference. Every cube has 6 sides, 8 points or corners, and 12 edges or boundary lines. The numbers required to express a cube's peculiar limitations being 6, 8, and 12, the sum is 26. And this is the sum of the values of the Hebrew letters Yad He Vav He, or IHVH. What actually exists, what really is, what materialists and idealists alike misunderstand and misinterpret, is the real presence of that which was, is, and shall be. This real presence is the basis of all subconscious activity.
That's beautiful. Can you share that with me, John? That was really beautiful. Thank you for the read.
I still think it would be better if it were a hypercube.
A salt cube. What visuals?
Don't believe that. She just told me, bro.
What's that?
Or that's not true. She only suffocates.
Think of how much more fun a hypercube would be.
A salty one too.
See, I literally Googled it because of that comment you made about sitting on them, and I was like,